What's up? How's it going? Game capture will be here in a second. There we go. Can I complain about YouTube for a minute? Or I guess maybe OBS. I'm not exactly sure whose fault it is. Here's what I need to do when I set up a stream, right? Open OBS, set up a new broadcast. In the set up a new broadcast dialog box, I have the option to schedule the stream for the future, and I can put in a date when that stream is going to be. Great, wonderful. If you've been around since the start, you know that I didn't used to know about that feature, but now I found it and everything is great. Once I've done that, there's a broadcast selected in OBS, and I have a button that I can press that says start streaming. But if I start streaming, it doesn't stream off of that broadcast. Instead, what you have to do is you have to click on the broadcast button and select broadcast and start streaming. But that also doesn't start streaming, because after you've pressed the button that says start streaming, you have to select the button that says go live. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's like OBS's problem, if it's my problem, if it's YouTube's problem, whatever. But the number of times that I've clicked like start streaming, but I haven't actually started the stream, let's just say that like it happens sometimes. Every once in a while. Every once in a while, I'm sitting here talking to myself for like 2 minutes before I realize that I actually have to press the go live button and not the start streaming button, because they're different things. Anyway, what are we working on today? Today, I want to take the opportunity to try and rebuild some of our CM aces. I am going to save Airgroove for Monday, because I've got some plans for Airgroove. I think that this one, right now, is probably the better of the two options that we have. Despite the fact that this one has higher rating, I just don't think the green skills are really where they need to be, and I think the wit is devastatingly low. So for now, we're going to say these are our 3 CM aces. We're going to try and rebuild Airgroove in Unity, because I think the lack of wit is really a killer. And today, we're going to try and rebuild these two. So, Taiki and Nishino are actually fine right now. We have right-handed, firm, sprint S, good skills, hesitant pace and intimidate on Taiki is great. We have groundwork with excellent groundwork triggers. There's not a lot to improve on here. But one of the things that I am curious about is there was that conversation about neck and neck in the comments a couple videos ago. And I want to see if I can get neck and neck into this deck. So the way that that's going to have to work is we're going to have to drop auction. Otherwise, we would need to drop a wit card, and I really don't think dropping wit is an option. So we're going to need to like run King Halo speed over auction and then borrow Daiwa Scarlet power to make this work, but I think it might. We're going to do like 1 or 2 runs to just kind of see where we wind up, and then we can reevaluate based on that. But I'm aware of the fact that we've run Kita-san for Taiki, and we did not buy Curvature. And we've run Kita-san for Nishino, and we did not buy Curvature. Like, I'm cognizant of that. Kita-san is still good for speed clicks, but we're not really taking full advantage of the value of the card. And so there's a part of me that wonders, you know, maybe she doesn't have to be there. But I think we'll give that a shot. Guessing Trackblazer has better chance to get sprint skills than to get them from parents. Trackblazer has a better chance to get skills that, like, you just can't really get, period, right now. There are a ton of versus skills that you can get through Trackblazer that I don't think anybody has good parents for yet on global. So that's definitely the draw of Trackblazer. But the question is how I get my wit to 1200 in Trackblazer. And we know it's possible, because we have this rating monstrosity, L, if we just sort by rating. We know that we can get wit to like 1000 in a pretty mediocre looking deck. You just need a high roll for it. We just haven't seen the high roll. But I need groundwork on my base chaser, so how am I going to do that? I'm probably not going to have groundwork. I don't know that I need groundwork on my pace chasers. The argument for dropping Bakshin for Daiwa Scarlet is basically saying, is neck and neck better than groundwork? Is more or less the evaluation that I'm making in my head. And I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We're gonna find out. But that's the question that I have, at least right now. So for Taiki, I think the parents were fine. What were the parents that we used last time? It would be you. We use RL and then a guest Nishino. Why did I use a guest Nishino? What did I not like about my Nishino flower? Because this one also doesn't look great. I'm not getting any inheritances. What don't I like about my Nishino parent? Yeah, I don't know why a lot of those white sparks are there. They're not... Well, maybe it was for Racing Spirit Stamina. Oh, because Taiki's in the legacies for both of my Nishinos. That's right, I remember now. Both of these Nishinos have Taiki in them. That makes perfect sense. Alright, so let's go reset filter. Sort by rating. Just use this L because it's a decent amount of turf sparks if we're going to be aiming for turf S. We have turf sprint going on here, so that's fine. You're chill. And then we use a guest Nishino. Yeah, it was because Taiki was in the chain. Don't need that. Where Nishino? This is the one. So we like Racing Spirit Stamina. And that's because Racing Spirit Stamina isn't actually a stamina skill. It's like a mini homestretch haste. So we're fine with that. Also, URA Finale Spark is fine. This is basically maxing power and sprint sparks. We still have a chance to get groundwork off of Bourbon here, so like, it's fine. I think we can run with this. Taiki being there isn't the worst if the whites are better. I don't think the whites are better is the problem. Like, if we go back in here and look, I think it's just a fairly underwhelming parent, honestly. Like, tail held high is fine, nimble nav homestretch haste are fine, but I definitely don't need stamina. Head on is basically the only interesting thing going on here, and then, like, Umastan is nice, but we're not really going to use the rest of the stuff. It's just, it's not a great parent. Nor, I think, is this one. Like, Pace Corners, Pace Savvy's fun. But again, we'd rather really not have, like, 2-star Guts. The Taiki's going to be the same because it's ours, and then this is the L we're going to be using anyway. I think it's fine. Racing Spirit Stam is in the running for most misleading skill name. 100%, man. They call it Racing Spirit Stam, but functionally it's like tail held high. It makes no sense. So do I have a Daiwa Scarlet Borrow? That is the question. It is looking... I do. No, wait, that's 2. We don't. Alright, we're gonna have to go and find one then. Let's pull up Uma.moe. Screen region should still be set up. Pop-up browser capture, point it here. Yeah, there we go. So if we head over to database, we don't really care about anything. We'll just look for Daiwa Scarlet's power card, max limit breaks. And then rather than sorting by affinity, sort me by, like, the parent with the most white sparks. 2 guts, 1 medium? Probably not. 2 speed, 2 medium? It's kind of an interesting Saiyan, honestly. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. 2 power 3 turf. New Year's Opera O. I'll probably end up using that at some point. We can grab that. That seems fine. So let's copy that friend ID, bring it back into game. Has it been implemented that only G1s affect affinity? Yes, that change is in. So the only thing that counts for affinity now is the shared G1 wins between parent and grandparent. As well as, like, base affinity is still there, which is the problem with Taiki. Because a trainee has 0 affinity with themselves. So you here. And then I'm like 99% sure this is supposed to be King Halo. We don't need... Suzuka 0 limit breaks is fine, but we don't need her because she's frontrunner technology, end closer technology, recovery technology, team trials technology. Not enough specialty priority to make a difference, even though beeline burst would be really nice. When I say we're looking for high roll runs, I would like to have a good run this afternoon, not like a good run in the next 25 runs. So, and not enough limit breaks to be useful, plus curvature's been insanely overpriced every single time we've seen it. There is kind of like, there's maybe a Biko angle here. Plan X is kind of interesting. I actually don't immediately know what that comparison looks like. Let's go run it through uma.guide quick. I'll set it to dark mode so I don't flashbang you if you're watching this in bed at like 11 p.m. wherever it is for you. Support card compare. Show me Pico Pegasus SSR with no uncaps versus King Halo SR with full uncaps. Same friendship bonus. Pico has a ton more training effectiveness, and even when you fold in the mood effect, she still has more training effectiveness. A small amount of race bonus, small amount of fan bonus. Worse specialty priority, but not that much worse. The biggest thing you're losing out with for Biko, well, there's 4 things, I guess, in the revised Unity Cup. King Halo being +3 hint levels means you're going to get more levels of Ignited Spirit skills when you use King Halo's 1 Extreme Burst. 50% hint frequency also means that her friendship is going to build faster. And then obviously you're missing out on initial friendship gauge, where Biko starts at 0 and King Halo starts at 25, but you're also losing speed bonus, power bonus. So anytime King Halo is on speed, power, guts, or wit, she's giving you at least 1 extra stat, whereas Biko is not really giving you anything. So despite the fact that there's this nice 15% training effectiveness here, I think King Halo's probably still going to be the best option. So we'll run that. And then the wit cards are fine. Fuku's here for right-handed, Marvelous Sunday's here for hesitant pace chasers, tail held high, ramp up, all kinds of good stuff, and then Fine Motion's here for Speedstar. The question is whether or not this deck can still get to speed cap without running Kita-san. So that is the big question right now. And also because we're going to be doing a million runs today, I'm not going to be using event boosts. Otherwise, I'm going to burn through a ton of TP juice. So let's see how we're looking. If only I had higher limit breaks on Curran. Yeah, that problem's going to solve itself in like 2 weeks when we're finally allowed to pull on Gacha again. But for now, alright, what do you do? Prepared to Pass is Pace Chaser Technology. Pace Corners is Pace Chaser Technology. Straight Descent is Pace Technology. Competitive Spirit is Pace Technology. I think I'm fine getting a Daiwa Scarlet hint here. I like everything listed there. 2, 3, 1. I'm fine building friendship on Guts here a little bit. Straight Descent is almost low-key groundwork. It's like, it's unreliable groundwork, is what it is. The activation conditions for skills. The activation conditions for Straight Descent are you are moving sideways and you're a pace chaser. Oh, sorry, not Straight Descent. I'm thinking of what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Shrewd Step. Shrewd Step is like a pseudo groundwork, because all it checks is whether you're a pace chaser or you're moving lanes inward/outward, which happens fairly regularly at the start of a race, but not all the time. Straight Descent is like random groundwork, because if you look at the track browser for this CM, here, and we plug Straight Descent in, if it activates here, that's great. Straight Descent is groundwork if it activates here. If it activates like here, it's more or less meaningless. So if you can get it to activate early, it's good. If it activates late, it is not good. That said, it's crazy cheap. So if we see it, we're still going to buy it. Just take a wit training with a spirit training here. If we see it, we're still going to buy it. Because it's like 90 skill points to gamble on being groundwork without caring about what your greens are, but it's not a reliable groundwork because it can activate anywhere in that first downhill. 2 spirit training, 2 friend versus 2 spirit training, 2 friend, no spirit training. We'll just take the spirit training. Hunting for green speeds, 100%. I want to have double right-handed, double summer runner, for sure. And I want firm conditions, and if I see competitive spirit, I would buy competitive spirit. I think there's going to be that many pace chasers. I don't really want to train guts this much, but the support cards keep showing up there. Feature act? What the hell is feature act? Long? No. Medium? No. We'll take power. I really need to save energy at this point. Like, this is good friendship growth, but I can take more or less the same training on wit and preserve my energy for next training. Another 10 energy back is nice. 2, 2, 2. These are all pretty much the same, but I think I need to focus on speed a little bit here if we want to get to 1300 by the end of this run. Also, 3 hints for ramp up is huge. I don't think ramp up gets cheaper over the course of the run. Give me the skill points. So because it's not really going to get cheaper, I'm going to grab it now to get it out of Marvelous Sunday's hint pool. That way we can see other stuff that isn't that. I think this is also finally our recreation turn. Ramp up can get cheaper ever so slightly from Sunday. Yeah, but now that she's given me ramp up, I don't want ramp up anymore. I want like hesitant pace chasers and straightaway adept and tail held high. So if I buy ramp up now, that means that she'll give me other stuff that's in her hint pool when we do Unity training with her or when we get a hint from her. Yeah, I would rather just take the 30% than go to 40%. Holy wit training. This seems fine so far. We haven't had any bad trainings per se. So I think I'm okay with this. We run his pace here. Sure. No. No. Yes. Also, get me over to agenda so that I know where I am in the calendar. Have I ever seen the Taiki horse? The real horse? Given that we're only a good, I'm fine gambling on mood here. There we go. I have never seen the real life Taiki shuttle horse, no. I haven't actually... I was gonna say I haven't seen any real horses. I've seen, like, a horse in real life, but I have never seen any of the Uma horses in real life. I have no attachment to, like, horse racing whatsoever. I'm only here because a friend of mine described Uma as being a good roguelike game, and I was like, I'm in. I don't need to know anything else, sign me up. I really don't want to train stamina. But I also really don't want to train any of the rest of this junk, and I also know that there is not a G3 today because I've played enough Track Blazer to know that. So unfortunately, I think we're just going to take Guts here because it has a Spirit training on it. This at least keeps some of our momentum going, and also I think Sweet Tosha's friendship is pretty low right now. And then we're going to have to hope that we hit like wit trainings or energy recovery for the rest. That will do. That puts Sunday and Iowa Scarlet to burst, which I like, and there's no other good trainings going on. I'm fine with that. No Speed Star, but that's fine. Insane speed training. I'm never going to say no to that 14%. Yeah, like absolutely no shot that I'm going to turn down that 14% training. We can also go ahead and we can get straightaway adept out of here so that Marvelous Sunday doesn't give us that either. Let's get that crossed off the list. And then 18% to fail a wit training. So even if we succeed at this wit training, we still can't train next turn unless it's also wit. There's also no races today, so I think we just rest here. You know, 40k for light hello, is that enough? I mean, it's enough to pity one time. I can't tell you if it's enough to max out light hello and tachyon, because that's up to, like, you know, random chance. You could have 90k and it might not be enough. I really don't like any of this, honestly. I don't want to take that speed training. I don't want to burst on guts when it's just King Halo. And this wit training really doesn't accomplish anything for us because Scarlet's already at first. I think today is a race. What are we missing? Tail held high and double hesitant? Yeah. We're missing tail held high, hesitant pace, and then I really don't care about hesitant front. So I would like to dodge that if possible. But we've gotten half of her good skills at this point. Focus, really interesting. Focus is one of those skills that can help us break parity with other based... Oh my god, I wish I could take that power training. I guess I could. It's 1 in 3. It's 1 in 3, and it's a really good power training. The point of these runs is to try and high roll. Okay? Like, we already have a good Taiki. What we need is a great Taiki. Because the Taiki we have right now is very good. So the only way we're going to make a Taiki that's better than the one that we currently have is taking trainings like this and succeeding. That's fine. That was a gamble that we took that was calculated. You can't be mad. We did it for a principled reason, and we live with the consequences. Also, I'm fine bursting on power here. This does mean that we need to seriously think about our rest next turn, though. 3 hints for ignited power is good enough for me to buy that. Hey, we're gonna rest next turn. So we might as well, because we've got more energy coming back at the start of Classic here. Too bad. Too bad. This is just a rest. Huge time for plus 70 to show up. And then let's go buy Ignited Power and also get that off the drop table. 2, 1, 3, including Fine Motion, who's still very low. This is a speed training. Team rank D. Right-handed. No, I wouldn't really like to. But I guess this is 2 relevant spirit trainings and 2 relevant friendships. And it's not like we can race this turn anyway, there's only a medium. Yeah, I guess it's fine. So this is Fugu to burst now. And then it's more fine motion friendship. Team is looking fine. Mile is pretty dubious. But everything else looks alright. It doesn't look so bad that I'm gonna get in there and, like, change it. Especially because we can just reroll Unity Cup rounds now. I think the auto solution is going to be fine like 95% of the time. Yeah, I don't think I've lost a Unity Cup round since new Unity Cup came out. Like, it hasn't happened. Definitely energy plus 20. Speed to 3, stam to 2, power to 3, wit to 3. Goal race. Good. team rank to see. It is not too early for Charming to be good. So let's grab that. And then this puts Sweep Tosho to gold. This doesn't do anything. That's a lot of spirit training, but I don't really care about it, and that's a garbage speed training. This is a fine wit. That puts Sweep Tosho online. 777s is not useful to us. Fine Motion hint with Charming. And a Spirit Training. And Fine Motion has a chance to give even more right-handed hints, and Outer Post Proficiency, and Nimble Navigator. I think that's probably better than that Speed Training. And I think it's also better than this Guts Training. I would really like to get Fine Motion online before summer break, so this is going to help. Nimble Nav hint is good. 5 more energy, please. Single Rainbow Speed. The most compelling stamina training I've seen so far. A very underwhelming Guts training, and on a turn where there's no G3. Fine, I'll click Stamina one time. Just because I have Charming. I'm not committing to that Guts training. That Guts training is not good enough. There's Neck and Neck done. Burst on Power that also puts Sunday to gold. Rainbow Wit training to preserve energy. I think I could Burst on Power here, purely to take Sunday to gold, because that puts all 3 of our Wit cards online so that we can start harvesting a ton of energy out of Rainbow Wit trainings. Let's do that. What does Guts do anyway? A little bit of acceleration and speed. Guts does 3 things. Number 1, it reduces your stamina consumption in late race. Doesn't matter for sprinters. Holy cow. I'll finish my thought and then I'll click this, otherwise I'm never coming back to this thought about Guts. So, oh, what does Ignited Guts do? It's speed and power in late race, I believe. Increase your vigor in proportion to total guts of racing team members late race. It gives you increase to target speed and acceleration randomly in late race. So it's an acceleration skill that's about as consistent as On Your Left used to be. But the nice part is that it also has speed on it. So you either get speed out of it if it triggers late, or you get acceleration out of it if it triggers early. It's fine, it's just not great, because it scales off of your guts, and you usually don't have like 1,200 guts on all 3 of your runners. Anyway, we're taking the speed training. No question. Trick Front, not particularly useful. This is our first chance to see Sprint S or Turf S, or both. Or neither. That's fine. This is why you have 2 inspirations. We're also going to be taking that speed training. Actually, are we? Yeah, we are. You'd be crazy to turn down this speed training. I thought very, very briefly about conserving energy on Wit and also using up a Spirit Burst, but this speed training is insane. There's no way we don't take that. 3 hints for speed. Speed for sure gets cheaper, so I'm not going to buy that. Burst on stamina, don't care. Who asked? Give me a rest. Another good time for plus 70. Speed 10 versus Stam 10. We'll be taking speed, please. And then let's go win the NHK Mile Cup. Good stuff. The whites you get are always the same if they're not your cards or trainee. I don't actually know where white skills get pulled from when you are hitting bursts and spirit trainings off of cards that aren't in your deck. I think it might come from trainee aptitudes, because Haru doesn't even have any skill hints on her support card. This is actually kind of an interesting power training. I think it might come from like a random pool of skill hints for stuff that runner can run, but I'm not actually sure. I do like this power training. I also do like this guts training, and I wouldn't mind having 600 to 800 guts by the end of the run, because the final straight is pretty long, and I like dueling. You can click the icon of the trainee, it'll show you what they give. Wait, really? Oh, you're right. Holy cow. I never even bothered to check that. So this is all the stuff that Rice Shower can give you from bursting. We could get Highlander with, well, we could get Straight Descent, which is fine. Highlander kind of bad. I don't really care about any of those, but it's not like I'm going to not burst on Rice because I don't like the skill hints she gives. I also think I take this guts training. I can get this burst back later. This is just a lot of stats that we're getting from Fine Motion and Marvelous Sunday being here. I'd also rather train power through guts when I can, because then I'm not boosting my stamina too high. Decent turn to just save energy on wit, especially because we're heading into summer break. There's also Yasuda Kinen today, but our energy's kind of perilous, so let's take this and put Sweet Tosho to burst. Do I have anything I need to buy at this point? I don't think so. Yeah. I'm not sure that I want to buy Guts before the end of the run, so I'm just going to leave it there at 3. We might get more skill hints for it, but I'm not convinced that it's actually technology that I want to have for my ace. If I also get Disorient from her, it might be fixed from those 4 teammates. It might. We'll see what I get when I burst on her. Team is looking good. More or less C's across the board. 5 bursts, 3 extreme bursts. Close, but we win these. Okay. No, no, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't want to take this speed training, even though it has spirit trainings on it, because I can't train after this if it's a training that's not wit. So let's take wit to preserve energy. It's a nice wit training. God, it's also a nice speed training. Holy crap. These are both very good. This is marginally better for stats, but we're still pretty early in the run, and I want to focus on spirit training. So the fact that I'm getting these 3 closer to burst off of the speed training, and I can still more or less train next turn, I think is very appealing to me. I don't think Sweep Tosho gives us anything useful at all. Yeah, Trick Front is not something we're going to be using. Extreme Burst on speed versus double Rainbow Wit training to save energy. I think I'm in save energy mode right now, as much as I would like to use a burst up. We'll see that burst come back later. And then we can take any training that we want to here. Oh yeah, Sweep Tosho does give Slipstream. I would like to see Slipstream. I think that's the one useful thing that you could give us. Yeah, it's exactly the one useful thing that we could get. And then just give me a wit training to save energy, because nothing else is really going on this turn. That's fine. That's a fine summer break. Wouldn't mind grabbing Lone Wolf. We can fix our mood later. Does Taishin give Spurt? No. He does not. Single rainbow, double rainbow. burst. I still feel like I'm in energy saving mode. I know I know you want me to check for disorient, but I don't want to burst on this power training. I don't think I want it right now. I think I'd rather just save energy. We're approaching 700 speed already, so I don't really feel compelled to be taking double rainbows right now. Like, we can pick up the pace on our speed training later. Or we could just take it now, because this training does everything else that I want it to do. This is fine, but we're still early enough in this run that I want to be prioritizing spirit trainings on trainees that haven't burst yet. So let's see if we get disorient here. Deep breaths. So it does look like it just pulls randomly from the skill pool that they have. Maybe it's like weighted or something, but it doesn't look like it's following any kind of assigned priority or anything like that. Wow, wow, wow. Do I want to take this guts training? It's so much spirit training on it, but then what am I doing next turn? Next turn you're crossing your fingers for wit, basically. You do have 3 wit cards in your deck, though. It's not an unreasonable gamble to make. Yeah, let's try it. Let's keep the spirit training going. Uh-oh, I don't see a wit. It's actually kind of okay, because I don't see anything. Just give me a rest. Everything there looks quite bad. Speed wit versus power guts. I think our speed and wit's going to be fine, so give me power guts out of this. Ooh! Now that's something. Huh. I don't really care about a single rainbow wit training. I don't really care about this power training. I don't really care about any of these trainings. I'm racing. Give me a dirt mile. Now I might actually be paying attention. I've been paying attention the whole time. It's only 2:38. My attention hasn't slipped yet. Give me until like 3:30. When I start thinking about Pal World. I'm ending this stream, I'm making dinner, and then I'm going immediately back to Pal World. Don't want target in sight, man. Ten energy seems fine here. Single rainbow speed. These actually don't help us all that much because all of them have burst already. Would it be insane to do a third race and just cross our fingers that we don't get a skin condition? Because I don't like any of these trainings. This power is the best training that we have, and it's still not even that good. I think I'd still rather just race. Even if we do get skin condition, we can probably find a way to fix it. Okay. And then just like one wit training here would be so good. Oh my god, my trainings are falling apart, man. They're falling apart, man. Where did all my friends go? Are you still immune to skin condition? And after repeated races, if you race on late December outside of Trackblazer? No? Okay. Thank you for the answer. We'll just take this wit training and do nothing with our time because we're about to get energy back in senior year. It was worth a shot. We're going to be able to buy so many skills at the end of this run. Let's go ahead and take top option. I don't like that I don't have any double circles. That's making me feel a little concerned. Never mind, we're fine. I would like to leave the trainings that we've seen in the last 8 turns of Classic Year behind me, please. I don't want to see any more of that energy. I've got 3 wit cards in my deck. I would like to see rainbow wit trainings, please. Thank you. It's actually not a bad power training either. Like, this is basically just saving energy, but we have Raffle coming up next turn. This is 2 relevant spirit trainings, plus a relevant stat. And then we get energy back next turn, unless we're unlucky. We're unlucky. That's alright. That's not fatal. It's not run ending. No. 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 Well, it puts harder to burst, actually. So, like, maybe yes. Straight descent is good. It's also 3 hints for it, which means I can probably just go ahead and buy that. Where are you? There's my poor man's groundwork. Burst on speed. Rainbow training on wit to save energy. No. It's kind of interesting because it puts 2 people to burst, but we can't train next turn. Absolutely not. I think I'd rather wait for a better speed training to come along that I can burst on. And just continue saving energy here. Sure. No. 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 It's race time. God, our trainings are horrible right now, man. It's not necessarily bad yet. But we cannot have many more turns like this, where we just don't have a rainbow training. Speaking of... I don't want to race this turn either. This might be a rest turn, man. Let's at least get some energy back so we can take good trainings when we see them. We have a rainbow. It's very underwhelming. This could also be a race. The Takamatsu no Mayakinen is today. This is only a 31 point wit training. Yeah, I think I like the idea of a race here. She's gonna do like 20 races this run. It's fine, we still get skill points out of it. Alright, show me turf and or sprint, otherwise I think we can chalk this run up to being fairly washed. Racing Spirit Stamina, Sprinting Gear Pace Rates, no Turf S, no Sprint S. It's going to be very difficult for this Taiki to be better than the Taiki we have already at this point. However, we are on a hell of a trajectory for a Taiki parent run right now. So I think that is going to shift to being our main focus at this point. Like, we're going to snag Victoria Mile. Yeah, I think we transition into running G1s at this point. I don't think this Taiki is going to end up being better than the ace that we have already. So, let's pivot. And let's start buying a ton of skills, running a ton of races. 2 hint Shrewd Step, 1 hint Ignited Spirit Wit. So now, I look at this, and I say to myself, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. You don't need to grab it, you could still get more hints for that. Grab it. Grab it. Can't really get cheaper. Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. And then we'll come back for Spring Runner 2. That's fine for conserving energy, but we're in G1 territory now. Okay. It is too bad we lost to Takamatsu no Maya. But But there's still plenty of other G1s that we can pick up. Corner Adept for a parent run. Great wit training. And there's no races we can do late May anyway. It's a dirt medium and it's a turf long. Also, a Marvelous Sunday hint out of this. I don't think she has anything left. Oh no, she could still give us Hesitant Front. Which I will still probably buy. Because that might be good parent run technology. Finished up a part of the laundry. Heard me say Spring Runner. She's already downgraded to parent run. Yeah. We went like 11 turns without seeing a rainbow. And then we failed to inherit Sprint S or Turf S. So I think it would be fairly difficult for her to become better than our current Taiki at this point. But I don't think it's a deck issue. Because the stat distribution, despite the fact that the trainings are really bad, has been fine. It hasn't been great, but it's been fine. Good enough that I would just run this deck back and see if we can get a little luckier. There are no races we could take today because the only G1 is the only G1s plural are mediums, so we can skip those. Oh, still missing Tail Held High. Yeah, we could still get Tail Held High out of that too. Undefeated Unity team. We alarm clock that. Because I want the stats and the skill points. There we go. Mejiro team having gold chip. Honorable member of the Mejiro family. You gonna disconnect me or are you just thinking about it? There we go, we're back. We're good. Game just had to think for a little bit. Burst on Wit, it's a skill hint. Everything... Well, you know what? This is 2 potential bursts. We can probably just take a speed training here and then burst later. No. But Shinko we need a burst, so maybe... Competitive Spirit I like. So we can go Corner Adept. No. Be thoughtful. You should take Hesitant Front so that if you get more Marvelous Sunday hints, she can't give it to you. And then you can take Competitive Spirit. And then you can come back for Corner Adept later. Burst. 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 We'll take the one that saves energy and also puts Ticket to Burst. We have a lot of these to spend right now, though. Late Straight's not useful. Single burst on Guts, single burst on Stamina. Nice speed training statistically, but we're in Unity Burst territory now. So we take this. Winter Runner. And then we also move Taishin to bursting. 3 bursts? You'd be crazy to say no. Who says no to this? Wet Conditions, Intense Gaze, Late Straits. Okay, one of those was useful. Let's take Sprinter Stakes. I think I might still need to run a few more races to buy all the stuff that I want to buy now. It's probably not going to be a ton of G1s, though. I have late straights and late corners. I mean, depending on budget, I might buy it. There's probably some CMs where shooting for victory on a late surger makes sense. First on wit? Yeah, that's fine. Slick Surge? It is a late surger parent. What the heck? No. Really interesting from like a stats perspective, but stats doesn't matter right now. We should just work on conserving energy, I think. There are no G1s that we can run late October. Are we done with the burst? I think we have one more. But we have like 5 extreme bursts now. And that's what we really want to show up. Mercifully, we didn't see any of them this turn, so that I can go and run the JBC sprint. It's very unlikely to matter from an affinity perspective, because most people can't run dirts, but it's also skill points. Like, this basically pays for competitive spirit. There's Maxins for speed. Let's go knock that out. God, and I still need to buy neck and neck. You should be fine. Also, Ignited Wit is maxed. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford any of that late surger technology. I think our skill point budget is going to be tighter than you might think right now. Right-handed's 35% off. I'm pretty sure we grabbed right-handed already. I think from here I can just let it ride into the finals. No, 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 no. We're racing. Skill points, please. Okay. No. No. None of these do anything. Maybe could have rested that turn now that I think about it, but we have so many extreme bursts that I'm actually just planning on extreme bursting 3 times in the finals. And if they don't show up, then we can rest. But if they don't show up, why would I need to bother training? Yeah, wit and speed should be fine. Sass. 14 spirit bursts. Just 5 extreme spirit bursts. We should be able to generate more than that. But you can also see where this run has gone off the rails in that we only have 82 spirit trainings right now, and on the last few runs we've done, we've been anywhere from like 100 to 110. Which of my deck hasn't extremed yet? I'm not joking with you. We have at least 5 or 6 extreme bursts queued up right now. It's a question of whether they actually manifest in our trainings or not. There are so many. But we're at 14 bursts and 5 extreme bursts? Like, okay, that's sick. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll be taking that. Fine Motion has not extreme bursted yet. She's still on normal burst. Here's Ignited Stamina. Oh yeah, I could have made its on cheaper. Oh well, whatever. Considering that our trainings have been, like, apocalyptically bad, I don't hate this stat line. You would not look at this stat line and think to yourself, wow, I can't believe that you ran 20 races in that career. You'd be like, oh, you probably ran like 15. Where's my extreme burst, by the way? Just save me some energy. We can train next turn. Okay. Power is low, for sure. But it doesn't look like unnaturally low. All extreme bursts on speed. I will exchange you 1 extreme burst on speed. This is the trade that I offer you. I think you look at 900 power and you're like, oh, your run RNG wasn't great, huh? I don't think you look at 900 power and you're like, wow, you probably went like close to a dozen turns without seeing a single rainbow, huh? Wit is still gonna cap. We get another 10 here. Another 3. Another 10. Wit didn't cap. No, wait, we still get another 5? There we go. Okay. Just barely got there. 1209, 564, 927, 541, 1201. We would like to have maybe 200 power more than what we have currently. But outside of that, I think that stat line is fine. And then we have 850 skill points to spend. So let's go Ignited Wit, Neck and Neck, Pace Savvy, Pace Straits, Unyielding Spirit. Not going to be able to afford Mile Maven or Shifting Gears, but we can grab Prepared to Pass. We should probably buy No Stopping Me. Where is... You know, get rid of Pace Savvy. I would much rather have a higher chance of getting Nimble Nav. And then I'd also be missing Winter Runner. How much do I care about Winter Runner? I think I care about Winter Runner more than Unyielding Spirit. We bought Competitive Spirit when I still thought this might be an ace, okay? I'm not going to apologize for that one. I think Competitive Spirit for this CM is very good. I don't know that I want it as a White Spark, but I think it was a justifiable pick when we were still living in a world where we thought this would be an ace. SS, so we at least get a White Spark boost. This is obviously a reroll. They're both really bad. Does it matter which one I pick here? No, not even close. We'll just take one. The hunt for a good Taiki parent continues. Because this one's not going to do it. We are definitely not mamboing with these sparks. But what we are doing is sending it back. We should actually probably spend our team trials currency, because we'll have a chance to generate like one more of them before the end of the stream. So let's go knock this out quick. Not much upscare on home screen. That's the fun part about having your home screen set to random, is you never know who you're gonna get. Ooh, present on a gimme round. Get parfaited. I'll take 2 presents. I'll take an alarm clock. That's not looking great. But we're still fine. Retention line is not going to touch 900k in the next 8 hours or whatever. How do I have more than 100 parfait? Because I never spend them. Because I get them from bingo spins every time there's a special event, and I never use them. I use like 1 a day if we're below retention threshold, and we haven't been under retention threshold for like a month. So we just haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to spend them. What is retention line right now? 864. Good God, man. That's a concerning number. Let's grab our Suzuka Sparks. I hope I can get my SRs filled, as well as one of the 2 Light Hello and Tachyon to MLB. I think I would, for me, I think getting Tachyon to full uncaps is more important than Hello. We already don't have a fully uncapped Kitasan, which means I already know what it's like to be in Borrow Jail. I am not afraid of not getting any copies of Light Hello. That's fine. I can live with that. The problem that this account has is it doesn't have a good speed card. I have 0 good speed cards that work in scenarios that are not Trackblazer. Like, at least in Trackblazer, you can sort of make do with Toast and Jordan. And it is nice that she now has an actual good recovery on her now that Breath of Fresh Air got buffed. But we don't have a single speed card that is actually good for speed clicks. And Tachyon can do that. So I think Tachyon is going to be more important going forwards, because even after Grand Live ends, I can continue using Tachyon, because she's just a good speed card. Take care of our bingo spins. Procs the first moment you're on a straight mid-race. I mean, it's basically the same thing as, like, curvature now, right? Is it picks, like, the first opportunity that it has to trigger, and then it triggers. So it makes sense that it would go early. Alright, that's Daly's done. Don't have to worry about him again. Let's jump back into runs. I am A-okay with exactly this setup. We'll try it one more time. We'll see what the stat line winds up as. Also, I will be right back 2 seconds. Allergy season, y'all. It's rough out here. Never get old. If you're in your youth right now, stay young forever. Don't bother aging. It's not worth it. I don't like any of this. Quite honestly. I mean, we at least get a speed and power bonus out of King Halo here. We don't get any stamina bonus out of Daiwa Scarlet, but it's a justifiable click. Even if I don't necessarily like it. This is also a justifiable click. This could be Slipstream. Murmur? Not quite. I do not need a tutorial. Thank you. 1, 2, 1, 1. I want to save energy. Yeah, if you find out where to cancel your aging subscription, let me know. Energy and mood. This probably saves us having to recreate, in all honesty. Let's go for good spirit training. But fine, like, living it good. We have enough events in the deck that can give us mood ups that I don't feel like I need to recreate at this point. This is a fine whip training for just saving energy. No. Upon reflection, maybe. I do not feel compelled to spend energy yet. Okay, well, now I'm going to have to spend energy. Would I rather take a guts training? Well, actually, you know what? Fine Motion's friendship is low. I think I'd rather take the guts training. It also has more spirit training on it. So let's keep our spirit training high. Let's work on our wit cards specifically. Intense gaze, not necessary. Beautiful wit training. All of the friendships that I want. Nimble Nav hint. No. Sure. Marvelous Sunday hint. Totally fine with me. I think I'm okay with just grabbing that. Get it out of the hint pool so that we can't see it anymore. And then just take a quick wit training. Nothing else going on that turn. No, no, no. Sure. This is 2 runners or 2 supports to burst. And somewhat relevant friendships. So energy is a little scuffed, but 1 burst on wit drags us back into this. And we have 2 bursts available right now, I think. Okay. Definitely more friendship, please. It's not the burst on wit that I was looking for. Holy cow, is that a good stamina training. No, I don't think you take that. Especially, like, not at 18% to fail. I also don't think you take this at 20% to fail. I don't think there's really, like... Like, I can just rest this turn and it's fine. It's okay. I would rather have seen those bursts on wit, but... Son of a... Oh, man, can you imagine if we'd actually succeeded at that power training and then we got 20 energy back? I guess we just take this anyway, because I'd rather have 10 speed. Well, actually, maybe I would have 10 power over 10 speed. Wet conditions doesn't matter. Yeah, give me the power. I don't like the way that these two turns went. I continue to not like the way that these turns are going. Yeah, I think power is the correct choice. Really don't want to burst on stamina, man. We should probably just work on Fine Motion's friendship here, even if it means we're going to be wasting energy. Let's just get a burst off the table, because this means that we now open ourselves up to being able to hit an extreme burst. But I would like to find somewhere to spend this energy soon. Okay, well, won't be this turn. That's fine. No, 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 no. I'm revisiting you. Still no. You could take this power training. It's not horrible. Scarlet's friendship does need work. Fine Motion's friendship does need work. Mood up is good. That's a great power training. Why is she so temperate on stamina burst? Ever since we... Okay, there's Slipstream. Ever since we started training aces for Leo, it feels like my cards have gone to stamina and never left. Like, it's the only place they want to be. Slipstream again? Nah, whatever. They're always there. And they won't leave. Interesting guts training. Probably better than everything else going on here right now. Late surge or corners not necessary. Slipstream? Oh, okay. Alright. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. And then a rainbow wit training to get energy back? Yeah, I'm listening. You're bringing me back. You're starting to sell me on this idea. +5 energy. Whatever, I can fix that. Who cares? Burst on wit, you're bringing me back. This is King Halo to gold as well. This is Fuku to burst. Corner recovery? Not necessary, but thank you for 5 hints. Yeah, I definitely don't want to lose energy to get stamina. I'll just take max energy, please. Burst on speed alone. Great power training that puts Daiwa Scarlet to burst. Fine motion hint that puts her to gold. Huh. It's early enough in the run that I think I'm supposed to keep taking spirit trainings when I can. We have a lot of other opportunities to see Nimble Nav and right-handed, especially because we get it for free out of Fuku. And also, Fine Motion is close enough to gold that we could just see an event and get it. I like the idea of this power training. Yeah, power, I agree, Kirio. I think power is our better option there. Was that 3 hints for prepared to pass? Wit 20 versus Stam 20? I'll be taking Wit. It was 3 hints for prepared to pass. That's going to be nice and cheap. It's an okay speed training, but this is a lot of friendship progress on wit, and it restores energy. Unfortunately, I don't think we're doing the JF here. Both of these trainings are quite good. Let's put Daiwa Scarlet to gold and use a burst up. Preferred position doesn't matter. And then show me like an extreme burst on speed, because my speed is fairly low right now. Definitely don't need that hint. Normal burst on guts. A speed training that puts Sunday maybe to gold and also to burst, versus a wit training that puts fine motion to burst. To gold, sorry. Our speed is a lot lower than our wit right now, so I think we should probably be taking speed when we can. Yeah, fine motion's event chain is not finished yet. We're still at step 1. Team is looking fine. 27 and 4 with no extreme bursts so far. There's some extreme bursts lurking in this deck right now. Smart Falcon carries dirt. Not wrong. Winner. You have 3 hints for prepared to pass. We got it from a burst, I think. Or maybe from a hint. I don't remember. But we got it from a non-fine motion source. Alright, I would really like to prioritize speed here in the next few turns. Random unity training from Daiwa. Thank you. So even if she fails Speed Star, we'll still get something valuable out of that. That's fine. I can live with it. Burst on Wit. I don't want to extreme burst on Stam. It's possible that this could be a recreation. Like, this Wit training is good, but not great. It doesn't do anything super important for us. We don't need the energy right now, and I don't have guaranteed mood ups coming for some time. So I think we wreck here, and we either hope for karaoke or any wreck into Claw Machine. And then, no Claw Machine. Unfortunate. I think I'd also rather take power. And then we get to burst on speed. I think I'm fine with that. This also puts Sunday to gold, finally. Her secret event is hard. Taikyu's secret event isn't hard. You just have to inherit a ton of medium sparks to do it. I also think this is a burst on power. I continue to think that our wit is fine, and as nice as it would be to put fine motion to gold, I think we'll find other opportunities to do it. Let's make sure we're trying to prioritize our power a little bit, because it was low last run. Also, I'm gonna rest next turn. Well, actually, if I see a rainbow wit training, plus 10 energy means we could take it pretty safely. Yeah. On the off chance we see a good wit training next turn, I think I'm supposed to take the energy. I don't know if I'd call that good or not. Does it mean I can train next turn? Not really. This is supposed to be a rest. In hindsight, we could have taken that minus energy. But it was worth a gamble. Burst on power again versus double rainbow wit training with a burst. Y'all, I'm a little worried about my speed. I also really don't like that this wastes a ton of our energy. I'm okay bursting on power here. But show me that wit training next turn. 3 hints for power. I probably buy that to get it out of the drop table. A 20% growth speedrunner? Yeah, one that's never trained... Ooh, Sprint S. One that's never trained speed in her life up to this point. Is Leap Forward good, or is that the late surger technology one? I don't remember. No, it's Sprint Mile. Oh, but it's from the back. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So give me Ignited Power. Give me Slipstream. Give me Tail held high. Don't see a lot else we really need to grab here. Could work in a pace heavy lobby. Yeah. If she... I see your argument. The idea, because the way that I'm always thinking about accelerations for a CM is like, how many different positions can we win from? And right now, we know that one of the issues that Taiki and Nishino have is that if they're like worse than 5th going into late race, they basically don't get to play the game. Leap Forward is a skill that could pull them back from the brink like that, but let's leave it for now and just see what our skill point budget winds up looking like. Beautiful speed training. This does everything that we want our speed training to do, in that it builds speed and it puts fine motion to gold. Yeah, it's a 5th place activation. So it's a safety valve for if we fall out of position to activate Budding Blossom and Shooting for Victory. I also don't hate this Guts training. Like, I don't want to train Guts actively, but I do want to have at least 400 or 500 Guts so that I can duel on that final straight and get a little extra speed back. This also puts Haru to burst. But it does mean we're looking for a wit training late May, or we're resting late May. Definitely speed. Speed guards must be resting for summer. I hope so. Like, neither of them are slouches on specialty priority. They just don't feel like showing up. One more hint for prepared to pass, but if we fail Fine Motion's chain, that still gets cheaper, so I'm not going to pull the trigger on it yet. So do I take this or do I just rest this turn? This doesn't do a lot for us, and I think we could see a better training. If I see a good training early June, I'd rather take it and not screw my whole summer break up. So I think I'd rather rest here. Like, that wit training is fine, but not when we're this perilously low on energy. And now I can take this relatively guilt-free, which is, like, more or less the training that I wanted to see. Yeah, rest was 100% the safer option there, so that we could take a training exactly like that. Don't care about late corners. Good. The late Taiki meta. The late Taiki meta is one thing, but the number of people who try to build Taiki as a frontrunner is another. Team looks fine. I still don't totally understand the concept of front Taiki. Huge. Is Sweep Tosho 3 limit break? Yes. We do not actually have a fully uncapped Sweep Tosho. I'm waiting until the Light Hello and Tachyon banners before I decide to spend any gold crystals, but assuming that we don't get a 4th copy, she's probably like top of the list for who would get a gold crystal. This seems fine to just burst on with. Sure. How many gold crystals? I think I have 1 right now. Because I usually spend them as soon as I get them. Interesting. Yeah, that's good enough. Our speed is low right now. We need to actually be, like, training speed. No, though. Like, no shot. Just save the energy. And then one more double rainbow speed training. No, no shot. Wow, this is horrible. Just burst on wit then. Our speed is not unrecoverable from this point, but we definitely need to be training more of it. Ugh. You should just use it. You want to buy anything before you use it, then? No. Just eat it. We'll find more of them. This works on Grass Wonders spirit training. I briefly thought about resting, but I think it's fine. I'd rather save the energy here again, and this is a better training than the Sprinter Stakes for sure. We are having the opposite problem that we had last run, where we probably need to find a couple races to do here. Hold on. It's happening. Let's put Smart Falcon to burst. That also maxes out ignited speed, so I can just go and buy that now. Energy 10, please. Let's get you in here. You can't get any cheaper from this point. First on power. So there's no wit training this turn. There's no, like, any training this turn. If we were going to find the opportunity to race, and I do want to run, like, 4 or 5 extra races this career, this would be our opportunity to do it. Because none of those trainings are that great. So that's extra race 1. I'd like to wit here. Game says no. Game says absolutely not. We race this turn. Well, we could rest this turn too. It's probably safer to rest this turn, and then if early December is bad, we can take the Champions Cup. Let's do that. And then we can go Mile Championship. How many races do I think Unity needs for a good amount of skills? Anytime I'm over 16, I feel pretty good. And anytime I'm over 20, I feel pretty bad. I think if you can wind up somewhere between, like, 16 to 20, you're in a pretty good spot. And if you go too far over or under that, you kind of end up hurting yourself. It's good for saving energy, but I did think our power... No, you should take this training, because if you take this power training, your last training for the year is kind of sketchy. I do want to train power a little more than this, but not like that. Also, we clicked a single Daiwa Scarlet Rainbow Power training. Holy crap. We'll be taking skill points from our New Year's event in senior year. This is fun, but it's not this training. Three for Ignited Wit. 52, 7, and 6. So we're at least using up our extreme bursts this run. This seems fine. Nishino's not horrible for Unity, the SR power card. That's true. I haven't felt like I really want to be running power cards in Unity Cup. I think that bursts make it flexible enough that if you want power, you should probably just be bursting on power, rather than actually running, like, a power card. Skill point, since we don't need the energy. And then we want to take a non-wit training this turn. I don't hate it. It uses up a burst, and it gives us 2 spirit trainings. And we're banking on getting energy back from Raffle anyway. And Guts is lower than I'd like it to be right now. If you don't have great power inherits, you have to burst on power a lot. Yeah, but the point is that you can. Was that a hot spring ticket? Or was that deluxe hamburger steak? It was deluxe hamburger steak. Okay, I'll still take it. Single rainbow with better spirit trainings. With super skip, the raffle's so fast now. It's impossible to tell what you actually get because it's there and then it's just gone immediately. This is feeling okay right now. Wit is at 800. Speed and power are a little... Ooh, that's kind of interesting. But this is February Stakes Day. How much do we really care about Unity training right now? Or SBABS? We only have 8 Spirit Bursts. And there's a G1 today. I don't think that's good enough. I think we're supposed to take the G1 here. It's only 2 spirit trainings. Conceptually, I'm like, putting more people to Spirit Burst is good, but practically, are 2 potential Spirit Bursts worth a G1? No. I don't think so. Really should be focusing speed here, I think. We don't need to conserve the energy right now. We could take a wit training like that next turn if we wanted to. Fine motion 2. Single rainbow speed. Single rainbow speed that gives us no progress on spirit training. It's good enough to take. I think it's good enough to take. We don't actually get any kind of benefit from Daiwa Scarlet being here except for power bonus. Like, she has no mood effect or specialty or training effectiveness, but... The 1200 is no longer, but everything above 1200 really has diminishing returns on how effective it is. Sprint double S and groundwork. Okay. So, and homestretch haste. Alright, this is a run now. There's a lot going on here. That's a crazy power training. It puts Grass Wonder to burst. It builds 2 more spirit trainings. It's only 1% to fail, so we'd rest next turn, or we'd take a wit next turn. But I think that's fine. I definitely want Lone Wolf at this point. Because it's looking like we're in ace territory. This is an acceptable wit. It's 3 spirit trainings. I do wish it was more than just Marvelous Sunday here, but I think I can get away with taking this training so that we can really try and get 3 more bursts out of the deck. I also don't... Fine. We have to rest this turn then. We're currently at 7 races, 8, 9, 10. Finals are 13. I would like to find 3 more races. Where am I going to find 3 more races? So it would be like Champions Cup. I would really like to do the Vic Mile. And then it would probably be like one of these. But it could also be like here. So if we race this turn, we rest late May, period. We do the Yasuda, and then we probably train Wit late June. That's a fairly specific sequence of events that we need to manifest for ourselves. On the other hand, if we rest this turn, we don't have any other races we can run, because there's nothing late May, and there's like a turf sprint late June, which is really not where we want to be. So I think even though it threatens to screw up the rest of our trainings for the rest of the year, taking the Vic Mile now gives us more flexibility for training later. Because it means if we have good trainings for the rest of the career, then we can take them guilt-free because we bit the bullet on this turn. Anshin versus Mood and Stamina? Yeah, Mood, please. What a great time for Gold Chip to show up. And then I can just take this because it can't fail. Okay, maybe we're resting late June. Yeah, maybe we're doing that instead. It's such a nice change that... Well, not nice change, because we didn't even have it before. It's a cool feature that you can't fail in Extreme Burst. It has saved my life more than once. 3 hints for it's on. It gets cheaper, too, because Taiki's Scenario Link. So we can wait on that one even more. Oh, man. It's fine. Speed Star is not, like, one of my main criteria for this run being good. If I don't have Speed Star, that's fine. Everything else about this run is really good right now. I'm not stressing it. Look at it this way, it's 160 skill points that we can spend on other stuff now. Okay. Good start. 2 more bursts. We'd like to see these on Wit now. Sure, energy management. I'd like to see 1 more on Wit, please. It's kind of interesting, but this saves energy and gives us the same amount of spirit training progress on runners who haven't burst already. So let's take this Wit. Pace Straits is nice. And then Extreme Burst versus Single Rainbow versus Double Burst on Power. Interesting. I think I like the idea of taking a Double Burst on Power. This is 2 more Extreme Spirit Bursts that we might see before the end of the run. Give me that. Updrafter is not useful. Maverick, not useful. Extremely not useful. Speed and skill points. Stam Guts to 4. We don't have to race this turn. We have it there as an option. And all of this looks miserable. Like, truly disastrously bad. So let's just take a race. First time streamer, big fan of pre-recorded videos, filling a unique niche. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would take Maverick if it was like an end closer. I might also, well... Would I take Maverick on a front runner? I might take Maverick on a front runner too, honestly. Centaur Stakes would have been better if it's the lowest chance for a sprint in. I guess? Yeah, I guess. I actually don't know how race hints work outside of Track Blazer. I think it gives you hints for, like, the condition of the track and not necessarily, like, what distance the track is. So, like, you can get right-handed on a right-handed track, you can get wet conditions if it's rainy. I think you can get focus hints if you have like a good start in the race or something like that, but I've never seen just like running a sprint race and then having it give you like sprint straights. I don't know if it does that. So to that end, I probably could have checked and made sure that like one of those is right-handed, or maybe one of them was a summer race for some reason, but outside of that, I don't think it matters. How much do I like this training versus a race? 11, 12. We'd be at 15. I think I'd rather conserve the energy, honestly, because we could still take a dirt race early November and then skip the Champions Cup. So let's just keep preserving energy here a little bit. This at least means we can train next turn if we see something good. We don't see something good, and so now we can just race. Like, that speed training is fine, but it's not amazing. Check your distances. This is right-handed rainy fall. This is right-handed firm. So this has a chance to give us firm conditions, which I would rather have at this point. So in this case, we'll run the sprint. Also because we're sprint S. I guess I could have thought of as well. No firm conditions, but that's fine. Burning speed is not going to get any cheaper. So we can grab you. And then we go Mile Championship, and we do not need to do the Champions Cup now. The Champions Cup was there as a fallback option in case we didn't run enough races. We have run enough races. If the training's bad, I'll still take it. And I don't see any rainbows. So we'll be racing. We'll just cross our fingers to not hit skin condition. But those are miserable trainings. And then we'll either wit or rest on the last turn. But this at least gives us another G1. Yeah, we'll target a rest or a wit late December. It's actually a risky wit training. We'll just take a rest. I think that's fine. 11 and 7. 93 is better, but it's still not great. This should not be a problem. It is not a problem at all. $27. Yeah, Smart Falcon was undefeated on dirt. That was a very nice pickup. She showed up alone. Nobody even came with her. And then she just won, and then she left. No, 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 no. Sure. So power's gonna get over 1,000 here. Our stamina's fine. Guts is lower than I would like it to be. Guts is only going to be at like 450. I'd rather have that be higher if possible. Point out, since we're getting close to the end, you wouldn't get leap forward if I have the chance. Can prog at any point in late race. Oh, okay, that's bad then. It's like old on your left. I understand. This is also just wit. That max sense for it's on? It should be. But I don't think we're going to have any problems in the final races, so we might as well just win them out. Okay. First on Guts. You know, you have the chance to be an interesting skill hint, so I think we can take you. Fighter will not be that interesting skill hint. But I think this stat line is fine. I'm gonna have to compare it to the other Taiki. because I'm not sure which one is better right now. Okay. Sure. Sure. How we look? 1233, 519, 1066, 49, 1224. I would still rather have like 100 more power and 100 more guts, but it's not bad. This is potentially an ace. So we'll go Budding Blossom. Was this not the Triumphant Pulse run? That was the last run. That's unfortunate. Double right. It's on. No stopping me. Homestretch haste. Prepared to pass. Mile, 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 mile. Pace straights, double it. Pace savvy. Groundwork. Lone wolf. Oh, you can't afford neck and neck. Don't double pace straights then. And then you're missing out on Glittering Star, that's fine. Missing out on Ignited Wit, that's fine. Missing out on Leap Forward with All My Soul Pumped, that's all fine. You have 77 left. Get No Stopping Me? Yeah, but what would I get instead of No Stopping Me? Like Glittering Star? There's no way that Glittering Star is going to be better than No Stopping Me. You're saying like skip No Stopping Me for double pace savvy, double pace straights? Because that's really all that's left. So if you take both of them off, I don't think Glittering Star is good. If I was going to get Glittering Star, I would rather just get No Stopping Me. Straights and Vaudeville. Moderately increased velocity when just breaking out of the pack towards the front late waist with 300 meters or less remaining. I feel like that's too early. But maybe I'm wrong. Turf sprint right. Nakayama. Vaudeville. This is more than likely still in our acceleration zone. Kachi Dev will tell me for sure. This is... we can do the whole thing here. Taiki Shuttle. Stat line is... I know you can't see it, but I can. 1233, 519, 1066, 49, 1224. Distance is S, surface is A. We have Shooting for Victory. We have Budding Blossom. We have Neck and Neck. And then do we also have Ignited Power? Yes, we also have Ignited Power. So, and let's add Vaudeville. What we're looking for is whether we're done accelerating before we get to... Also, let's make sure we're on the right track here. Nakayama, 1200 outer, firm, sunny, summer. Vaudeville triggers here. Yeah, we are just barely done accelerating. If we hit every single one of our accelerations, we get the full velocity out of Vaudeville. That's true. Yeah, Glittering Star's horrible. I'm not going to get Glittering Star here. That's parent run technology. So, if we don't do Nimble Nav, then we can go Lights of Vaudeville. And we can do double pace straights. And that's it. And we would have 61 left over. Or... I mean, I guess we do have a lot of excels, right? So if we hit Shooting for Victory, that's 0.4. Budding Blossom is 0.2. Ignited Power is also like roughly 0.2. And then Neck and Neck is 0.4. So we have 4, 8, 1. We have like 1.2 acceleration if we hit all 4 of them. That is probably good enough without Nimble Nav being in the picture. I can see your argument for that. It pains me to leave 61 skill points on the board, but there's nothing else I can buy. How would the one gamble acceleration help? You mean leap forward? It wouldn't, really. Like, leap forward is what's going to pull us back into the race if we're 6th or worse. But I think if we're 6th or worse, we just accept the fact that that's not our lobby. And what pulls us back is neck and neck if we're either too far ahead or we're too far behind. But I think this looks okay. I wonder if I could get anything if I drop Lone Wolf, because I could stick Lone Wolf on Nishino as well. That'd put me at 124. It doesn't let us pick up Nimble Nav. It doesn't let us pick up Leap Forward. It doesn't let us pick up Lucky 7. I think Lone Wolf is fine to keep in. It's annoying leaving 61 on the board, but I do like the argument of going for more mid-race velocity rather than just stacking more acceleration. So let's see how this looks. Still just SS. 3 power, 2 mile. Oh, right. Yeah, you can see the game again. Yeah. There you go. Right-handed head-on, ignited speed plus Unity Cup. I'm re-rolling those, but they look okay for now. Like, 3 power, 2 mile is nice. Yeah, we'll be keeping the mile one. This is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. And then you can be a mile parent. Mile turf sprint. Yeah, it's fine. We have not been any lucky on whites, no. But that just means that we're due. So I want to see if this Taiki is better than our current Taiki. So we're gonna go set up a practice scrim. We are going to do this on Nakayama, 1200, field size is 9, summer, firm, great. Want us to share some runners for practice runs? You know, that's not a horrible idea. I'm just thinking if I'm going to do that, I'd rather, like, just set up a lobby. Let's do this. I'll do this. Instead of doing a scrim against NPCs, because I think our Taikis are going to be too fast and just blow past them anyway, I'm going to set 2 lobbies up. Let's go here, turf, sprint, Nakayama, advanced, Leo, CM, graded, field size 9, summer, firm, great, S or above. Enter these 3, confirm. So this is lobby ID 1. Join that if you want. Then, let's switch runners up. We want, instead of this Taiki, we want this Taiki. And then we'll go set up a second lobby. Leo CM rated, field size 9, summer firm great, S or above, and now we load these, and then here's lobby ID 2. This one is ready to go, so we'll fire this one, and then we'll fire the second one. and we'll see how we look. So this lobby is current Taiki, and then next lobby is new Taiki. So the only runner we're really going to be paying attention to is this Taiki. It is a ton of late surgers and a lucky base chaser. You guys love Ryan. That's our Taiki is lucky base. So that's not ideal. However, the new Taiki is actually really well equipped to deal with lobbies like this, because she can still hit neck and neck. I would like somebody to pass my Nishino, though. Yeah, that works great. Now we just hold. Also, our air groove is schmoovin' right now. So Nishino's going to get Budding Blossom. She challenged somebody on the final corner. Our Taiki is in serious trouble because she doesn't have access to any accelerations up there. And then Air Groove is also at Red Hot Discipline, but I don't think it's going to advance her far enough. Taiki's been passed by everybody, so she's gonna, like, get her unique, but it doesn't matter. Groove was kind of moving, but it's not good enough. I do want to look at how these other air grooves have been made, though. So that's not great for our Taiki. She can't handle being lucky pace. This is late Ogre working with Let's Pump Some Iron, Flowery Maneuver for acceleration towards the back. Right-handed. Connoisseur is a gamble. And then just on your left, no stopping me, Ignited Power. Yeah, so if you're in 6th, you're set up pretty well. But much higher wit than our groove, and also much higher power than our groove. And then Bobby's, again, higher wit, higher power. Double right, Pump Some Iron. No stopping me, on your left, Burning Power. Fundamentally, this groove is not that different from ours, except it's a Unity Cup groove. This is deck for groove, standard 2 speed 4 wit. And then this is deck for Ogre, 2 speed 4 wit. It's bursting on power and it's sparking on power. That's how you get power that high in Unity Cup. This is overall not a horrible showing for our Nishino. And then we go and check lobby 2. This Taiki has better acceleration coverage. She can win from more positions than the other Taiki can, which means that if she elects herself into being the lucky pace, she's still competitive in the race overall. The question is, will she? There's a single front Marazinski, so no, but if she works her way into 2nd, yes. And then 3rd and 4th, she has coverage with Shooting for Victory plus Budding Blossom, and then 5th, she has coverage off of Neck and Neck again. Marazinski's a jobber. We'll see about that. Nishino's going to get paced down here. So Taiki being 2nd here is great, because now we get to see if she can win while she's out of position for Shooting for Victory. This is a good litmus test. Also, Nishino is going to work her way into 4th here, maybe? Okay, that looks good for Nishino, if she can hold it. She's definitely challenged on the final corner. She's just barely gotten herself into 4th, and then immediately lost it. Taiki got pushed back to 3rd, but recovered it. I think we look faster. We're not quite faster. I can't really tell, because she did still get to activate her unique as she got passed. But conceptually, I do like what she has access to. Pace Ogre with Blazing Pride plus Budding Blossom. I like the idea. Is that your borrow? Oh, you just got it randomly from deeper in your inheritance tree. I do think Blazing Pride is fine here. Firm Course Menace, Acceleration to Gamble. Plan X, I am thinking about whether I should be running Biko, but I don't think it's hugely important. And then double pace corners, double sprint corners is looking really strong too. Auction Guts, Throne for speed and wit is nice if you have access to it. Nishino as a power card is an interesting... Oh, there's a Trackblazer. This is a Trackblazer Ogre. Huh, okay. Neat. So it can work. We just haven't had a good enough air groove run put together to actually have it work. And then Nishino is just not in contention for that because she lost out on her positioning right at the last second. I feel like... Let's look at them. Not by handshake. You're going to need to sort by date acquired. No, not you. I really like the acceleration coverage that we have here. I like that we have third or fourth, first or fifth, and then just anywhere. The groundwork triggers are a little weaker because the triggers are right-handed pace savvy and then lone wolf. So if anybody else in the lobby has lone wolf, I think it becomes impossible for us to trigger groundwork because we don't have anything else like straight descent. And the first stretch of the track is not actually a straightaway. It's just it's a nothing. So I'm not sure that I like this Taiki more than our current Taiki. Especially because she has access to Hesitant Pace plus Intimidate. But I also don't think she's all that much worse. I'm going to try one more Taiki run, and then we'll move on to Nishino. I think there is something to this deck. It feels like we're close to getting something. So I'm going to do one more, and then we'll probably have time for like one Nishino, and then we'll do a few more lobbies, and we'll be done. But I feel like we're close to discovering something here. Going to get some food. Have a good one, Kiryu. Enjoy your meal. We'll do one more Taiki. We'll see if we can pull out something just a little bit better, and then we'll do one Nishino, and we'll see if we can improve on that Nishino as well. No, 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 no. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 At 16%, yeah. I think that's too good to pass up. Great. Let's go buy that immediately. Get it crossed off the list, and then we can basically only take wit here. Yeah, this is... Well, you could recreate here, actually, if you wanted to be insanely greedy. You could recreate, and then if you hit karaoke, you basically need a wit training to show up, or you just rest next turn. But if you hit any energy recovery, you're loving life. I can live with that. That's fine. And then we get to take our wit training anyway. Sometimes life just works out. Trick rear, not useful. We get to take a wit training again. Sure. And now we're 18% to fail on a guts training. His greed knows no bounds. Now we rest. Okay. Now we rest. I'm gonna look at the wit training, but now we rest. No, 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 no. I think we've gotten away with it a couple times here. Okay, sure. Don't hate that speed training. We can train next turn. 5 hints for firm conditions. That's huge, man. What skill does Rice or Haru give at the end of the scenario if you take their team names? Rice gives cooldown, which is, like, occasionally relevant if you're building a long runner. Because you can take Club Point Rice to get yourself a free gold recovery, and you can also take Power Rice to get yourself a free gold recovery. Whatever. We're gonna buy it before the end of the run. I don't know what Haru gives. I want to say Unruffled, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's what her Guts card gives. It's not good, whatever it is. Whatever Haru gives is really bad. The only team names that are worth taking are Taiki's for mile runners and Rice for long runners, and that's pretty much it. Energy minus 10 for 20 speed. No, I want to save energy right now. Like, Clairvoyance isn't horrible for team trial runners, it's just that it's not that difficult to access Clairvoyance as a skill. This is more Marvelous Sunday hints. There's ways you can get Clairvoyance if you really want it. Holy cow, we also got Slipstream. Oh, baby! Dude, the hints are crazy in this one so far. This is very interesting. It's okay. It's okay. It's stamina. Just save the energy. A small breather, not useful. Very good. Especially because Fine Motion's friendship's really lagging behind. Okay. Indomitable for Haru, it's also bad. This is an okay wit training, but there's a G3 this turn. And we have a lot of skills that we want to buy this run. So I think we just start sending it on races anytime we see a training that's just okay. Unfortunately, Taiki's Unique is dead on this track, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, Mile Maven is good. The issue with Mile Maven is that Taiki already has it for potential, and up until Taiki's speed card came out, she didn't have a usable support card to get her team name in the first place. But now that Taiki Speed exists, if you're building a mile runner, bringing Taiki Speed as a borrow is a really good idea for Unity Cup. That's also slipstream to 3 hints, by the way. This is charming. It's this dude. This is the run? Extreme burst on speed? I don't hate it. Just get it used up. Level those facilities. 4 hints for ignited speed. That one for sure gets cheaper. Falco's back. Burst on stamina. Get lost. Absolutely, we gamble on slow metabolism right now. We want that energy. That's a great guts training. I'm totally fine bursting on Guts if it's going to put Fuku to gold, because this is energy recovery for later on. This is also energy. This run is looking really good right now. That's a good power training. It puts Marvelous Sunday to burst. Do I have any skills I need to buy? Yeah, get Adept, just in case she tries to give it to you. Bright's first event is so good to just get randomly jump scared by on a run, too. 1 in for ignited power's fine. Team rank D. Corner adept hint. This is really coming together right now. No? Sure. This puts Scarlet to burst. Skill points and wit. Single rainbow, single spirit training, no friendship, burst on stamina. It seems like a perfect day to run a G1. Nothing I can really buy at this point, but let's go knock out the JF. Okay. And then we just look for a wit training. Don't look. Don't look if you hate gambling. Okay. Let's start to have a conversation about this run, boys and girls. Let's start talking about how this is looking right now. These are the big plays. I stand by what I said at the start of the stream, which is that we already have a good Taiki. If we want to make a great Taiki, we need to take risks. We're not going to build a better Taiki than the one that we have by taking the safe option every single time. We are going to build a better Taiki by putting ourselves out there, opening ourselves up to injury, and succeeding anyway. Please, God, give me energy. I need it. This is looking really good right now. We're still very early in the run. Okay. Sure. Wit training? It's not great. I think we just rest this turn. We recoup a little bit here. It's a huge time to get plus 70. It's also an insane speed training. Holy crap. So this is all of our supports to gold. Life is good. Would I rather have 20 skill points or 10 skill? I think I'd rather just have 10 skill points. Let's not go too crazy with it. Let's not abandon our fundamentals. Oh, we don't have fine motion to gold still. Unfortunately, I don't think that's as good as taking this burst on power. Fine motion may never be our friend this run, but we're just gonna have to live with that. I do not need mood right now. No reason to gamble. I think that seems fine. There's also nothing going on anywhere else. So we can just take this wit training. No. No. Not really. Definitely not. This is a race turn. Do I have anything I need to buy? Adept can still get cheaper. Prepared to pass can technically still get cheaper. Hesitant front I don't really want to buy. Slipstream's actually looking really appealing. Power's looking really appealing. Let's get that out of the way. And then we have a right-handed mile, left-handed sprint, right-handed mile, right-handed mile. Firm. Well, firm doesn't matter because we have firm conditions already. We'll just take the G2 to max our fans out. But these all have more or less the same. That's unbelievable. The rare getting blocked as a pace chaser. It's fine. Water off a duck's back. It doesn't kill the run. Show me Turf S and or Sprint S. You are a Finale Spark, right-handed pace savvy. I'll live with that. That's fine. No, no, not really. Let's just go ahead and take a rest. 30's okay. Double rainbow speed over a burst on wit, and we can still train next turn. I'm fine with that. We do want to manage energy here, so I think we're going to look to, like... Don't need to gamble on this either. I think we're going to look to go, like, wit, probably. But we'll see if that extreme burst comes back. Yeah, we still have one more inheritance to go. You get 2 of them. If the first one's not good, you can always count on the second one. Exactly what we're looking for, even with fine motion there. Let's take this. Not really what we're looking for, also not really what we're looking for, also not really what we're looking for. So we could Yasuda this turn. If we lose the Yasuda gamble, I don't really like how our summer break is going to play out. We basically need wit trainings to show up. But we don't have fine motion to gold, so that's 1 wit card that we're down. But also, I don't really want to rest this turn either, because if we hit plus 70, we waste a ton of it. I think I'm okay to run the Yasuda here. If we lose the energy gamble on the Yasuda, that's pretty bad. But I think we can at least recover it. Winning gamble would be so good here. Ah, we don't even get the choice. That's still not horrible. We can pull ourselves back into this with 1 wit training. Let's play a little fast and loose. Yeah, or we just train wit 4 times in summer, which I'd also be fine with. I would not mind that at all. 34, 5, and 3. Everybody's more or less fine. I don't really know what fine motion is doing on sprints, but I don't immediately see where to move her, because nobody else here can sprint. So I think she just needs to stay there. And besides, we're holding down the sprint spot anyway. Good stuff. Falcon committing first when the prediction said it was a cross. Falcon's unstoppable. Would actually be a really nice trainee to have. Dirt runners on fronts are so rare. Beautiful wit training. That's exactly what we wanted to see for the first turn. Keep working on fine motion. Ignited wit. Whatever. He ranked a B. I'm still gonna keep clicking wit, man. So we could train for the next 2 turns if we want to. No, no, maybe. Fine motion hint does have some value. I would like to work on her friendship. I think I'm okay to take this. It's definitely not like the most efficient training in the world. And there are races that we could do instead. But I think I'd really just like to get fine motion to gold. And this should do it with the hint. Fall runner's not really what we're looking for, but it's fine. And then single rainbow speed that has a chance to fail versus a wit training that saves energy. I'm fine with just taking wit here. That's a fine summer break. No, that's a good summer break. We had 2 very good wit trainings at the start of it. I'm okay with that summer break. Single rainbow speed versus basically nothing. This could be a rest. 1 rest should get us through the rest of this year. Let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, there's a G1 today if we want it. I kinda like what that does for my spirit training, though. We have a very realistic shot at getting all 3 of these to burst. And we've already run quite a few supplementary races, so I think that we can skip the sprinter stakes here for the sake of continuing to build our spirit trainings, because we're not like early in the run, but we're not late in the run either. We can still be prioing spirit trainings here. Single rainbow, double rainbow that puts fine motion to burst. It's annoying to waste a little bit of energy here, or to waste a little bit of energy recovery here. But I do like putting fine motion to burst. I'd like to spend basically all of the extreme bursts I get from here on out on power, though. Like, I don't think I want to take that. I also don't think I want to take that. I might not even want to take that, although it is kind of nice to put Rice Shower to burst. This could potentially be a race. That's a good point, too. If we burst on this speed training, we're only going to get one hint for ignited speed when Scarlet has hint levels. So if we wait for her to go to, like, Guts or Power, we'd get more levels out of that. Racing here feels really weird, but I think it's right. Right-handed sprint, firm conditions, left-handed mile. Yeah, I think I can just do Swan Stakes here. This feels like a very weird turn, but I think it's right. I just don't want to allocate that burst to speed. There's other places I could be putting it. Single rainbow, single rainbow. This puts digital to burst. I like that. And I can still train next turn. Fine motion 2. Mile championship. I still want to spend basically every extreme burst that I get on power, though. Speed and wit are looking pretty fine right now, but I want to pull power up more. Prepared to pass, not necessary. Give me power and skill points. Totally acceptable with training to save energy going into senior year, so that we could maybe take skill points out of it. That's fine. Burst on power, don't even think about it, just click it. Because now we can take energy in senior year. We need to build power. Power is the biggest problem we have right now. How's team looking? Team's fine. 52, 6, and 4 is quite low. So we do need to do more spirit training into senior to catch that back up. We're lagging a little behind where I'd like to be. Good. Where's Dirt? Falco losing on Dirt to Digital, by the way. First, second, third is still respectable, but... They're calling Bushel of Carrots. I'm calling Hot Spring Ticket. I think we're due. Plus 30 energy. Horrible trainings. Truly god-awful trainings. We race today. Right-handed mile? Sure. Just a carrot. We're all wrong. But it's fine, we get a mood up in late March. Single rainbow wit. No, absolutely not. No. Well, maybe. Well, no. Just save your energy on wit. This also pushes Biko towards bursting. We also get skill points out of Biko being here. Okay. Single rainbow speed. I still think it's better than other options that we have available, but this isn't like the most impressive training. How many races have we done? 11, 14, and then finals is 17. I don't think we need to race again for the rest of the career. We've done a lot already. I would maybe do like one more, but it would need to be a pretty bad training for me to take a race at this point. That's a great with training. Yeah, I don't feel pressured to race at this point. I think we're going to be fine on skill point budget. I'd also love to lose energy at this point, because I think we're going to be taking a lot of wit trainings. Single rainbow? No. Single rainbow with Marvelous Sunday here is fine. Doing a sprint Mario run, half your extreme burst, wanted to go to Sam. Yeah, that's been like every Leo CM prep run I've done, I think. This is the extreme burst on power that we want. This is a nice wit training, but I think these extreme bursts on power are going to become really important. If we see one there, I think we really need to prioritize grabbing it. And then this is our chance to hit Sprint S and or Turf S. It's gold. That's a decent start. Groundwork. But no Sprint S, no Turf S. This Taiki is unlikely to be better than the current ace we have. Guts, wasn't it power training? It was, so it should have been... we bought power already. So we can't get power training, but it should have been stamina training. Or it should have been Ignited Spirit Stamina at that point, right? Because the secondary facility for power is Stam. I wouldn't have bought that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Also, I think this is a rest. If we wanted to be really aggressive, we could take this wit training and then hope to roll another wit training. Because this does put Falcon to burst. Maybe that's actually a better idea. If we want to make up for not having Turf S, Sprint S, I think we would really need to high roll this run. So let's try and play to our strengths a little bit. It would be nice to take that burst on power, but this gives us the energy that we need to function for the rest of the run. This is our lone wolf. It's too bad about mood here, because we don't have a guaranteed mood up coming for a long time. Single rainbow. No, no, no. This is Victoria Mile Day. And I don't like any of these trainings. And we could Etsuko. So we could like Victoria Mile rest and then train late June. Etsuko here would go so crazy. No shot. Target in sight, I don't think is super useful. Energy and wit. No. It's neat, but no. Let's just take our rest to get energy back. And then we run Yasuda, and then we can do anything we want, Legion. We can just take the best training available to us. Rainy day's not useful. Maybe. I think I like that. This is 2 spirit trainings, one of whom we can probably get a burst out of still, versus no relevant spirit trainings. Like, this is only energy management, but we can still train next turn. We can just take speed here. Sure. Stats are fine. 71, 6, and God, our spirit bursts have been so low for these runs today. We've had runs where we've been at like 80 at this point. They just haven't quite been coming together. But a win is a win. Yeah, we have been seeing a lot of bursts on like facilities that we don't want to burst on, but I even mean just like purely spirit trainings. Well, this is fine. And then we can rest next turn, because that's going to fix our mood. Outer post proficiency is fun. That's team rank S. Never mind, I think I'm going to be doing that instead, and then we'll rest next turn. It's too bad. I would have loved to have taken that, but we got to get some energy back somehow. Underwhelming. Also underwhelming. I don't like any of these. Faction still has a reasonable shot at bursting, but then so does Asian Flash. I think I'd rather just stick to speed trainings. Speed is our primary stat, so we should be working on it. And then this is a gambly wit, but we could take a wit here. No, we're going to be resting. Nothing is happening this turn. Corner wreck from Smart Falcon. It's in her pool. After we're done with the sprinter stakes, I can show you. Followed on her? Not quite. Day straights? Yeah, dude, sign me up. I love that. No? Sure. Where is she? Yeah, she can do corner wreck. Daichi Ruby, you want her so bad when she comes out. She's on the Unity Wave team. It is cool that some of the Unity Wave teams have, like, the upcoming trainees that haven't been released yet. I've liked that. It's that, and it's Sakura Laurel, and there's one other that I can't remember. But there's one other one that they snuck in there. I think I'm fine with this speed straights, or this speed training for a burst. I still don't think this is the ace. Because we're missing either Sprint S or Turf S. This is also a race. Right-handed mile? Sign me up. Firm conditions? Sure, whatever. Oh yeah, Daitaku Helios isn't even out yet. I forgot, because Daitaku Helios has like a support card. But yeah, she's not a released trainee yet. So we can do this. I reckon 1200 won't be surpassed this run. We'll break 1200 speed. We're not going to clear 1200 wit, and we're definitely not going to clear 1200 power, but we can clear 1200 speed. Which is also an indication that running Kita-san is not as important as I thought. Because we're still managing our speed just fine without her. Oh my god, we never even... This is the first time we've seen Daiwa Scarlet. We're never gonna see neck and neck, man. Kiryu, if you wanted to know how the run is going, I think that's a decent encapsulation of how the run is going. We had a truly phenomenal junior year. And then nothing else happened, and here we are in the finals. Nothing else happened at all. Ooh. Sure. I mean, on the bright side, I really like where power wound up. We're going to be at 1100 power this run. I like where speed is going to wind up. Like, the stat lines are good. The problem is this. This should be like 20 higher at this point. This should be like 5 higher. Extreme Spirit Bursts are fine. We're just not seeing spirit trainings come together over the course of like the entire... Yeah, we put all of our eggs in the junior year basket, and then a lot of them just failed to hatch. But in some ways, it's a good problem to have, in that this is still like a good run, it's just not a great run. And we already have a great CM candidate runner. Like, I don't know if this happens to other people, because I'm doing like sub 10. We should probably just take the burst for a skill hint. We know it's not going to be our ace, so we should try and get as many hints as possible here for parent run purposes. It's a miserable feeling when you're going into a CM and you're like, I've done 15 runs and none of my aces are good. So at least we're coming at this from a position of we have two really strong pace chasers right now that have won lobbies. They have won practice scrims, which themselves tend to be more competitive than the actual CM lobbies themselves. And we're trying to improve on them further. That is a comforting problem to have. You should consume the burst to get a skill hint. But like, even with the lack of RNG in this run, this stat line is still really nice. We'd like to have around 200 more wit and maybe around 100 more guts. Well, okay, actually guts is really low now that I look at it. Never mind. We would like to have higher stats. It's a nice speed training, but I gotta take the extreme burst for the skill hints. You're so tired of trying to get better aces this CM. I mean, I think people burn themselves out because they have an idea in their head of like what their ideal CM runner looks like. They're like, I know exactly what I want my ace to have. I want all of these skills. They're gonna be sprint S and turf S. And then you do like 30 runs and none of them are perfect because you set your expectations too high. And you're like, well, like, now what do I do because none of my aces are good? Whereas the approach that I've always taken for CMs, which I think helps me mitigate my burnout a bit, is the first runner that I make is my ace. And then I look at that ace and I say, okay, what do I need to make this ace better? What is she missing that I would like to improve on? And then I work on that. But if I don't improve the result that I've got, I still have an ace. She might not be great, but in my head, I'm like, this is my ace runner, and she's done. How good do I think she's going to be in lobbies? And then all of my runs following that are attempts to improve on that thing that I've already got, rather than finishing a run and looking at it and going, oh, this is bad, this can't be my ace. We also never finished Fine Motion, by the way. So yeah, this one is washed for a number of reasons. But let's at least grab some stuff that could turn into interesting skill hints. Fall Runner, right-handed. Outer Post is fine. I like Outer Post, and I will not apologize for it. And then I guess we also go like Wit, Guts. Try and drag those out of the scenario. Actually, how much do you really care about Guts? I don't think you do. Let's grab like an actual skill. Stamina should not be necessary for most cases that we're running Taiki Shuttle as a parent on. You could do like shifting gears, mile straights. Gap closer's not going to be that great. Yeah, I think you can go like here. Doesn't let you afford any greens, huh? Is there anything cheaper than 160 that's good? Yeah, there's mile straights. And then what else could you get on top of that? Gap closer? Not really. Home on a crowd? Absolutely not. Corner wreck? No. Rainy days? Not great. I don't hate standard distance, I guess. Could double pay savvy in straights. I could, but I don't care that much about getting them as white sparks. I think I'd rather just see more random stuff show up that might be good for a CM later. Two, 1, 2. Bad white sparks. Burn TP. We have 162 of these juices. We might as well spend. Okay, we're kind of talking. We're starting to have a conversation now. 2 speed, 2 mile, 2 shooting for victory. Corner add up, straight add up, ramp up, ignited speed, ignited power. It's workable. It's not like the best parent that I've ever seen, but it's better than a lot of the garbage that we've been generating today. You can have a mile stamp. That's also, if I may say so, that's a lot of really interesting green skills on the same legacy. This is a Taiki L Nishino Flower legacy. If there's a CM where late race starts halfway through, or where like late race starts on halfway through the final corner, but then there's a straight after that, you'd be very interested in this set of legacies. I don't know when that's happening, but yeah, she's built to excel if you're second, third, fourth. So I think for now we put Taiki up on a shelf. I think we're going to look at this ace, and we're going to say this is pretty good. For our purposes, this one is pretty good. This one's also pretty good. We like both of these. Let's see if we can also improve on Nishino. So first of all, what problems does Nishino have? Single right-handed, single firm, but missing double right, double firm, also missing summer runner. We'd like to find the opportunity to grab that. Sprint S, but not turf S. So we'd like to find the opportunity to do that. Everything else here, though, looks really good. Like, double sprint would be nice, double pace corners would be nice. A speed star would be nice, but like this stat line is great. There's really not much that I want to change there at all. That said, let's see if we can do 1 or 2 runs and generate an improvement. Your potential 5, right? Yeah, okay. As far as legacies go, I'm pretty sure we used the exact same parent. Did we not? It should be my L. No, this was the one where we used turf sparks. Why did we do that? Turf, mile. Is it because Nishino is in the parent chain? Yes, that's why. Okay. Makes total sense to me. Probably Umastan. There might be Umastan in there. We'll check. It is you. Ramp up. TS Climax Spark. Ignited Power. Yeah, there's an Umastan on the gold chip, but that's not a huge draw. Still, though, I think that works fine. And then this needs to be a Taiki inherit. So where is our best Taiki? It's Dan's. I remember Dan's name. Shrewd Step, Pace Savvy, Straight Descent, Light as a Feather, Glittering Star, Ramp Up, 3-star Shooting for Victory, Sprint, Sprint, Sprint. Yeah, this one's got everything. Good Taiki. And then let's do the same thing we've been doing. Let's see if we can get neck and neck. Everything else here should be fine. They're almost exactly the same runner, so they can use more or less exactly the same deck. Is Groove grooving? Groove's gonna wait until Monday. I'm gonna try and rebuild Groove in Unity Cup, because I don't think Trackblazer is really quite happening. But I'm gonna do that one on video, because it's a new build. There are a decent number of people who don't actually like watching live streams, and I don't want them to feel like they're missing out on too much account progress if they don't check in every Sunday to see what's going on. So we're going to save the Groove rework for Monday. Yeah, you're okay. Also, does Nishino Flower have hidden events? Characters. Nishino. I know she has several that require us to inherit medium. Updrafter, shifting gears, but 15 speed, 15 power, 15 wit is probably worth jumping for. And the only things we need to add to make that happen are... Right, we can't add them yet. We'll wait until debut. I think we just have to run like 2 extra mile championships, and that's it. So it's not really that much of a lift at all. Everything else is goal races. It's tail held high, by the way. Let's go ahead and buy that. One spirit training, but this saves energy. Guts 20 versus Stam 20? That's gonna be a gut situation. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. This is more spirit trainings, but I think we need to prioritize Charming here. Yeah, Natty Charming. Natty early Charming. Holy cow, dude. She's friends with everybody. Mood 1, Guts 5. I actually need the mood right now, so let's grab Mood 1, Guts 5. That saves us from... Holy! She's crazy with it, man. I'll put all the eggs in basket in junior year again? No, man, do it every time. I want you to put all of the eggs in one basket in junior year every single run. Because all we have to do is wait to get lucky classic and senior year. But if you have a bad junior year, you're never coming back from that. So, like, give me insane trainings every junior year. I'm strong enough to hope. I have to take this stamina training for the sake of Charming. It's too strong. That's 4 friendships that we're building, and it's 4 spirit trainings. That's approximately as good as a stamina training as you need to show me to get me to click on it. Obviously. These are real good trainings, friends. These are really good trainings. This is Iowa Scarlet to gold. Holy cow. That is 1/2 of junior year. UF rank incoming? Nah, we're gonna fall apart like late classic year. The wheels are gonna come off the bus. It's firm conditions too. Don't get excited yet, okay? You're sitting at the roulette wheel and you've spun 1 cherry and you're already imagining what you're gonna spend your winnings on. It's not like that yet. You have to. You have to take that. Now we rest. Or we burst on whip? No, we rest. I'm actually A-okay resting this turn. Nothing interesting is going on. Sure. Of course he did plus 70. Oh, it's going to be disastrous when our run RNG falls apart this time. Everything looks so good so far. I want to work on Sweep Tosho's friendship, otherwise I wouldn't mind bursting on power here. We're going to waste a little bit of energy on that training, but it's for the sake of early friendship. We want competitive spirit too. I don't need either of these, so I guess I'll take 5 stamina. We're full energy already. Extreme burst on power? Yeah, sign me up. It's like Easter up in this junior year right now. Sure, yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, sure. It is also fine. But, like, yeah, sure, man. Iowa Scarlet does nothing but give us good hints, except for, like, preferred position or whatever. Prepared to pass is fine. Daiwa Scarlet 1. Yeah, I like that. I like this more, though. This is a lot of friendship progress, and it puts Sweep Tosho to burst. Boot up. Full name. Stanza 2, whatever. Burst on power. Yup. I'm a little worried about speed at this point, but I think it'll catch up later. I don't think I'm in, like, crisis mode on speed yet. That's max hints for ignited power. We should probably go and buy that. I'd also rather have energy. I can turn 10 energy into a lot more than 20 speed. Great whip training. Do I need anything that I need to purge here, though? No. Just get power, because it's not getting any cheaper. But there's nothing else I can really get from this training that I wouldn't already want a discount on. That Sweep Tosho to gold. Trick front is whatever. Team rank D. This is Fuku and Marvelous Sunday to gold. So I think we take that. 777s doesn't matter. We're just doing that for friendship. And then +5 energy, please. This is an okay wit training, but I think this might be a race. Because we're going to need skill points here in this run eventually. There's a lot we want to buy. Like, we want to go double rank firm conditions. We want to go double rank competitive spirit. Beeline burst is probably not going to get that cheap. Prepared to pass. Determined descent. There's a lot we're going to want to buy. So let's start stacking our races up. It would be nice to run a right-handed here, but we can only do left-handed. And yeah, late December is training anyway, because we can't do anything that turn. So we'll still have energy for a training if we do it this way. Sure. Doesn't really matter if we win or lose the gamble there. Hanshin JF should be fine. Good. And then one more training turn. This is probably the last time we burst on power, because speed is starting to look concerningly low. But I'm not really going to turn down ignited bursts on power that often. We're at 24, 3, and 3, which is looking real nice. Yeah, we can catch speed up. It's tough to catch power up. Whatever. We win. We still win these. Four new friends. Would love energy right now. I think we still need to take a wit training here, though. Will I commit to G1 miles? Yes, thank you for the reminder. We have to win the Hanshin JF, which we did, the Oka Show, the Milers Cup, the Yasuda Kinan, doesn't matter what year, and then Classic Mile Championship and Senior Mile Championship. Now, this only gets us 45 stats. 15 speed, 15 power, 15 wit, and 2 skill hints that we don't care about. So, in the event that we have to cancel those, we will. But if we can run them, we also will. Also, I might as well gamble on the speed. Can I show Grasp Wonder? It's good. Everything else bad. I'm compelled to gamble on... Well, maybe I'm not. Well... No, I don't think I'm compelled to gamble on this speed training. Because the question is, what do we do next turn? This is a mid-speed training. And if we take it, we're basically locking ourselves into resting late January. Whereas if we take wit, our next training could be anything. And then we could still take it. Wit is the safer option here. We don't have to gamble on that speed training. It's not that good. No, 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 no. But also there's no races today. So, yes. There's not really a point to resting when we're that far over half, I think. Yes. Absolutely. Right-handed, please. Stats? I'd rather not. Yes. Good spirit trainings. We already have Lone Wolf on Taiki, which means we don't want to buy it on Nishino, because they just cancel each other out. It's okay. It's okay, but it's not amazing. And there's a right-handed sprint today. There's also a right-handed mile on firm conditions. I think I'd rather gamble on this one. Okay. So this has to be a wit training now. And it is. It's okay, okay, okay. Alright. And then this is our first chance to go from good run to phenomenal run. Great adept, light as a feather. It's okay. It's not great, but it's not that bad. We probably want to buy straight adept to take it out of Marvelous Sunday's hint table. Because I definitely don't want to get a 5% discount. Ooh, I definitely don't want to get a 5% discount on adept. I've got 4 hints in it already, but I don't have, like, tail held high. Holy crap. Give me that, and then technically Beeline Burst could get well, no, it can't. Let's give it to me. There's no way it can get cheaper, so just buy it now. It could get cheaper like Fast Learn, but I'm not going to bank on seeing Fast Learner in a non-track laser run. Flipstream's good. Nimble Nav is good. That's a great speed training. And we need to work on our speed a bit here. Energy 5, Stam 5, Power 5. We already have firm conditions unlocked. I'd rather have the energy. Oaks is a scripted loss. Don't worry too much about it. We're medium E. There's no way we finish this race in anything better than, like, you know, 4th. We have a small chance of getting a purple skill here. Fine. It's okay. It's okay. It saves energy going into summer break. It's fine. Good day. What's up, Gold Chip? Good day to you as well. Still no Speed Star. But that's fine. Speed Star is not, like, mission critical. It's just nice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just, like, you know, remove all of this and then ban that. You can get timed out for 24 hours. I'll see you. Have a good one. We take this wit training to conserve energy. We're looking okay on energy for summer break here, at least. Remove the welcome, too? I could probably do that. There you go. This is looking fine. We're still really low on Spirit Burst and Extreme Spirit Bursts, though. So we'd like to work on that if we can. But it's still good enough to win. This is also probably a good time to mention that in the 4 Air Groove runs I've done, the ones on video and also the ones not on video, I haven't seen Fast and Furious one time. So we are not doing super great on the random chance gold inherits lately. They are really not manifesting for us. It's just not happening lately. I'm also fine with that. I'm really starting to get worried about speed, though. But this is good for energy management. Frenzied pace, not useful. It's nice. I wish that it was on speed, but it's nice. Calm on a crowd is not useful. Power 10, please. I don't need to train power this much, man. Give me the wit to conserve energy, but I need speed cards to be showing up here soon. We really need some speed trainings to show up. No, 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 no is race day. Right-handed sprint, firm, summer. Right-handed mile, firm, summer. They're basically the same thing. So we'll just take the sprint. Flower's gonna start bench pressing a bush. She's gonna start like putting her hands in the ground and just pulling the finish line towards her. It seems more efficient than running to the finish line at this point. Sprinter stakes done. Energy 15, absolutely at this point. Oh, speed training! We'll look at other options. But we take speed. We kind of have to. We really have to. Oh! I'm not even looking at the whip training, man. I'm clicking it. This is how we win. Yes, man. Alright, we're back in there. Did I forget our secret events? We can't do the medium secret events. So we can't do the one that's like win the Takarazuka Kinan, because I didn't inherit medium sparks. But the Mile Championship for Classic and Senior is scheduled. So we can at least do those. I think I'm fine with a wit here to recover energy, honestly. Because early December we could cascade into a second wit training. This also puts Haru to burst. Like, the Guts burst is fine, don't get me wrong, but I don't like being on 0 energy. This may let us salvage an early December training. And a late December training. Depending on if they're both wit. And then this is right-handed. Winner. Okay, now we can definitely train early December. That's a big gamble to win. And then this is nowhere close to being a good enough training to justify not doing the Mile Championship. So let's do step 1 of Hidden Event. Good. And then I think I'm fine with just taking that wit training, because it maybe lets us train wit late December too. Or take like a greedy training on anything else. Probably not 27% greedy. We'll just take a second wit training. That's fine. This is fine. This works out fine. I think this is A-okay. Because now we can take 30 energy going into senior year or whatever it is. And we can train twice because we also have raffle. 54, 6, and 5 seems fairly healthy at this point. I'm not really going to be able to tell until we get to late June, but I feel like we're on track. I like what's going on. Sure. Sure. I don't know that any of you are going to get to burst, but I'll do what I can. 30 energy. Speed to 5. Burst on guts versus double rainbow speed. I think I have to take the speed training at this point. Like, I would love to have more guts, because more guts means better dueling on the final straight, which means more speed. But at this point, more speed gives us more speed. Like, we shouldn't be thinking about guts until our speed is capped, basically. Because speed is a more efficient guts per stat. So let's just take our speed training. Does Seeking the Pearl give sprint hints? I don't know. I can double check. Energy 10? Yeah, absolutely. Burst on speed? Yeah, sign me up. Pearl is sprint straights, and that's pretty much all we care about. Sprinting gear is a little gambly. But we can go extreme burst on speed here. More speed gives more speed. Yeah, but, like, it does, though. Like, point to the lie. That's how it works. It's more speed per speed. I like conserving energy here. It's also a decent amount of spirit trainings. Also, how many races am I at? We're at 9, 12, 14, and 17 for the finals. I'd like to race maybe one more time, but I don't think I need to. So I think we can emphasize training here. Burst on wit also seems fine right now, just to save energy. Hesitant Pace Chasers is good. Neck and Neck is good. Burst on Power. Versus Teo to burst and a decent speed training. I don't think I need to burst on Power anymore. Also, who is actually bursting here? Nobody. Have we bought Slipstream yet? It's only level 1. I wouldn't mind that getting cheaper. Is there anything we can take off our plate here besides Hesitant Pace Chasers, which is the main reason I came in here? Gap Closer, probably not. Prepared to Pass, could steal it cheaper off of Fine Motion. Or did we saw Fine Motion already? Never mind, we saw Fine Motion. So we can get Prepared to Pass. Let's knock that out. And then just take the speed training to put Teo to burst. Victoria Mile's an option. It is. If I don't run another race for the rest of the year, though, I think that's fine. I think I'd rather have the power at this point, just to try and push it as high as possible. And then this is next Inheritance as well. So we would really like to see Turf and or Sprint S here. Those are going to be big difference makers. Wet conditions, not useful. Team rank S. It's on hint. Inheritance says. Not gold, but that's not disqualifying. Turf. I'll take Turf. I'll take just Turf. That's acceptable. We also made Shooting for Victory cheaper. This doesn't automatically mean that she's better than the Nishino that we have, but it means she's competitive with the Nishino that we have. All of these are also pretty bad. I guess I would just burst on speed here. Well, would you though? Because like it's not good, and also you can't train early May if you take this, unless it's a wit training. And even if it's a wit training, it's gonna screw you up. I think I rest here, and we just try to carry wit trainings with us into late June. None of those trainings looked that good, and a race would have just screwed our energy up the same way that taking that speed burst would have. So now we're in heavy energy preservation mode until we get to summer break. We want to go like maybe one burst and then 2 wit trainings. Or Victoria Mile. Victoria Mile is technically an option. Actually, it's looking like a really likely option. Yeah. We'll go ahead and take a race. I don't see anything going on there that I like. Turfest is only worse than Sprint Test by, like, barely no lengths. Yeah, I'm okay with either of them. I'm not going to get super choosy with it. Like, obviously it would be nice if we had both, but if I see either of them, I'm willing to entertain the idea that they could be an ace. That seems fine for managing energy going into summer break. Win the Yasuda. Okay. And then we can take any training we want here because our energy is more or less fine. It's not great, but it is okay. I think at this point we're taking any training we can find to just try and pump stats close to the end of the run. 67, 7, and 6. We definitely want to see more bursts. But we're not that far off from what a good run would be. That's a clock. Wait, we're at 67? I'm so sorry. 6-7, by the way, 6-7. I didn't. You had your opportunity to have a 6-7 escape my notice, and you pointed it out. You've brought this on yourself, unfortunately. I was so locked in, I didn't even see it. Skill points went up by 6-7, by the way. Oh, you can't get that one past me. Good speed training, by the way. We'll go ahead and be taking that. This for energy, but honestly, given that I'm only a good mood, I might just want to wreck here to get mood to great. Because then I can take 2 trainings in a row, no matter what they are. That's a fine wit training. If we didn't take that mood up, I don't know where we would have taken one for the rest of the run. And then this puts Grass Wonder to burst, and it's also just a fine wit training. This is a scary stat line right now, man. The guts being a little low, that's Slipstream, by the way. The guts being a little low is unfortunate, but this is a scary stat line right now. That's not even a horrible burst on guts, but I think I'd still rather just focus on the power. We should get guts to like 400. It's probably fine. Competitive spirit is good. I don't think we had that yet. No, we had it. Okay, we've had it for a while. Her power is going to be monstrous, man. So we have firm conditions, turf S, and competitive spirit. She's going to have so much natural acceleration. Actually, insane natural acceleration. Definitely manage my energy here. We don't need that much speed to get over 1200. And I'd rather aim for mid-race velocity benefits here. Pilfer not useful. So wit training that just manages our energy a bit, I'm fine with that. We're not racing anymore. We don't need to race anymore. We just need to take the mile championship for our hidden event. Extreme burst on wit. I don't want to spend this extreme burst on wit right now, because it's not a good wit training. I think I want to take this guts training, because it's a lot of efficient stat building. And then I want to try and save this extreme burst for basically any other training. This is just not a good wit training for where we're at. It basically only gives us energy when we don't need it in the first place. So let's spend a little, just a little bit, and see if we can get a better wit training that returns us energy later, but also spend that burst when it shows up somewhere better. Decent power training, but not amazing. So I think I can take this turn off for the mile championship. Okay. Another hint for right-handed. Mile go-getter. No, but but what if yes? No, it's devastating if we get slow metabolism at this point. We'll take the safe option. How do I feel between Daiwa Scarlet and Kitasan Black? I think they are closer than I expected. I thought that we were really going to struggle for speed without Kitasan in the deck, and it hasn't felt that way at all, which is surprising. Let's use a burst. Shrewd Step is quite good. +5 energy is quite good. We would really like this to be our extreme burst on wit at this point. I'll settle for a normal burst on wit, because that's also a phenomenal training. Slick Surge, not necessary. I don't like how low my guts is right now. 93, 10, and 6 is pretty good. So we have 4 extreme bursts waiting in the wings. I don't think we're going to see all 4. But imagine. And we don't have triple 1200 potential. We're going to hit triple 1200. There's no question that we hit triple 12s this run. The problem is that guts is really low. So we're not going to be very good at dueling. But I think that's secondary to just having great power and really good skill selection here. Stamina 5. Basically nothing. I think I'm okay taking this on the off chance we see a tachyon, or a digital burst. But we do need to see wit next turn. Specifically. Yeah, it's pink tachyon. Okay. Just 2 more big trainings. One on wit, the other one can be anywhere you want. That'll do it. Yeah, it's actually just the best training we have available, and it consumes an extreme burst, so we get more hints out of this. Ignited wit is fine. There's S+ for our last hint for It's On. Guts to 5. I see a huge speed training. I would take a huge speed training, a huge guts training, or a huge power training. I would take any of them. Snowy Day's not useful. It's looking like you're going to get huge speed training, which is also going to push power over 1200. Yeah, that's the best thing we have available, just to get the hint out of it. Or ignited wit, we're probably not going to use that. So that's triple 12s. That's a good stat line to wind up at, and it's actually better than our current Nishino's stat line. The skills are good. We missed Speed Star, but we did get neck and neck. And we ran enough races that we should be able to buy most of the stuff that we want. Let's see how we're looking. This is UG territory. This is for sure UG territory. Shooting for victory is maxed. Double right. Double firm. Double competitive spirit. It's on. No stopping me is pretty cheap at this point, but we might come back to it. Printing gear I think is too gambly for now. We might come back to it. Double pace corners. Shrewd step. Determined descent. Slipstream. Neck and neck is just a better acceleration skill than nimble nav, so let's grab that. Missing burning speed, light as a feather. I think we absolutely skip determined descent. It's too expensive for what it does. Still can't afford burning speed. I would give up nimble navigator. That's how good I think burning speed is. And then we still don't get light as a feather. We have 94 to spend. Long corners isn't going to help. Undouble competitive spirit. That's a decent shout. Yeah. And then we go to 160 and we can pick up light as a feather. You also want to undouble pace corners? I don't know if we undouble pace corners. That's mid-race velocity. You're saying we'd go single rank pace corners. Well, single rank pace corners get nimble nav, maybe. We're trading a little mid-race velocity for a little acceleration. So what's our acceleration right now? Shooting for victory. Firm conditions, competitive, spirit. Neck and neck. I would like to have one more excel. I guess you have ignited power too. Yeah, I don't know that I need nimble nav here. I think I just want to prioritize my mid-race. I want to be as fast as possible in mid-race so that I'm third or fourth or better going into late race. It's too bad we never saw pace savvy, because that also would have been a nice pickup here for better mid-race velocity, but I like everything else that's going on here. And then get glittering star out of here. It's not real. This is probably better than our current Nishino. I would say that this is better than our current Nishino. It's only SS+. Are you joking me? That's fine. Rating is just a number. We'll also go ahead and re-roll this, because this could potentially be a good Nishino parent. It is not. We won't be using either of those. This choice does not really matter. Well, 2 wit, 2 sprint is actually, like, fine. We're pretty hard up on sprint parents. So I think our 3 best sprint parents right now are all Nishino Flower, though. The choice is not all that interesting to make. It's too bad about not getting any good parents today, but good parents today was not the point of today's runs. You can be golden cleat. I don't think I see golden cleat pop up that often. All right, let's go spin up a couple lobbies, and then we'll be done. I think I'll maybe set up like 2 lobbies that are ours, and then I'll join 2 strangers lobbies. We'll see how those go, and then we'll wrap up for the day. But this Nishino, actually, before I give her the Sprint Spark shoe, you're going to be the handshake, and then you are no longer the handshake. So it's lower on speed. 1272 versus 1299. It's lower on guts, but not by that much, and basically everything else is better. The only thing that this Nishino is missing is groundwork, but I think the mid-race velocity makes up for it. So let's go and put her in as our team runner, and let's also, well, should I swap the Taikis back? Because I do like that this Taiki has a wider acceleration profile. Yeah, I might leave her. The only thing I don't like about this Taiki is the groundwork is kind of shaky, but I don't think I've seen a lot of other people running Lone Wolf, so I think I might be able to get away with it. And then we put you in here. And then we'll set up 2 lobbies for us. Turf Sprint Nakayama. Leo, CM, graded. I don't feel like I particularly need the testing, so I'm going to leave this one open to anybody. So, like, if you wanted to run open league runners to see how they stack up, or you just wanted to throw something in that's fun, go ahead and do it. And then I'm going to go and sign up for, like, some other lobbies as well. So that's 1. Lobby code 1 is here. Let's go make a second one. Turf Sprint Nakayama. This is Leo CM graded. Field size 9. Summer Firm Great. And then here's lobby code 2. And then let's go and sign up for 1 or 2 more. Stranger lobbies. This looks like one. This looks like one. Alright. Let's see how we're looking. You guys filled these lobbies yet? Yeah. We'll run ours first while we wait for the other ones to fire. This one is KT and Celebi working with a bunch of fun stuff that's around our level. So this is single front Marazensky. We don't have to worry about lucky pace. Late Ryan, late Bamboo Memory. If I had Bamboo Memory, I think she would have been really fun to build for this CM, so I like seeing her in there. And this is a lobby that favors us now that we have neck and neck, because we can be 2 and 3 rather than 3 and 4 going into late race, and we still have viable acceleration skills. It doesn't favor Air Groove, but Air Groove needs a lot of work. We're going to deal with her later. Late start by Nishino doesn't look that bad. She's still competitive. Taiki did hit groundwork because nobody else has Lone Wolf apparently, which I really like. I have been enjoying having Lone Wolf. That is a fast Taiki in mid-race. No pace down. I think we've escaped pace down. So Taiki should be fine here, even though we're second, because she can still hit neck and neck, and if anybody passes her, then she gets her unique anyway. Nishino gets her unique, which is huge. Taiki gets her unique because she got passed. So this works great for us. The question is, can we hold this lead? Because our late race velocity is not amazing. If there's a late surger that's close to us in late race, they end up having better speed right at the end. So our accelerations are good, we just struggle with holding on to the lead. And a big part of that is going to be how good Triumphant Pulse is. Firm Course Menace is also a neat pick. Radiant Star is fun, double pace corners, double sprint corners. Yeah, Triumphant Pulse is really good here. I'm finding, honestly, The Triumphant Pulse is really good, like a lot of the time. We've never really been able to deliberately inherit it, because there's always some better borrow that we're looking for, and we don't have an Ogre on our end, but it's such a great generic unique if you don't really have any other plans for what you want to use, or if Ogre is just, like, appropriate to use on the track. It's such a good general purpose velocity skill on the last stretch. Couple UGs, lots of halos, and then what I assume is a front smart falcon. This looks like it might be fairly late heavy. We have solo front, double late king halo, and then a bunch of other pace chasers. So again, same thing. Now that we have neck and neck, I feel much more comfortable about being like the second place pace chaser. It's your medium CM sprint B, she's to fill front. Okay. She's gonna like devastate everybody with pace down and let the late surgers catch up. So it should be interesting to see how that works. I don't hate it because I could see somebody bringing like a sack runaway Suzuka. Taiki is out of this race because she late started. So we're now basically just looking at Air Groove and Nishino. And Nishino looks fine for now. Taiki's slipstream is not going to drag her back into this race. But Nishino looks fine. She's managed to maintain her position here. Everybody is getting crowded up behind that Smart Falcon, though. It's a little too late, unfortunately, but this is on time. This looks okay. No, Nishino needs more velocity than that. I don't think that beeline burst is going to be enough to save her. I want to see what that King Halo did, though. I keep seeing lobbies where late surgers are working well. It's just that my late surger's never working well. Probably because I tried to make her in Track Blazer. Is the main problem. So Pulse, let's pump some iron. No stopping me power as excels. Double late corners. Slipstream, burning speed. It's on. Curvature. Blinding flash. Yeah, just a bunch of good mid-race velocity, and then Triumphant Pulse again. It's just, yeah, it's just a good Halo. I think that if we rebuild our Air Groove in Unity Cup, it's going to substantially improve her performance. Shooting for victory, summer, non-standard distance. You probably didn't need non-standard distance here, but maybe you ran out of stuff to buy. No stopping me. Turbo sprint is a gamble. Ignited guts is like an okay fallback late race acceleration, but then again, just good mid-race velocity, curvature, speed star, sprint corners, pace corners. Yeah. I need to find a way to get just a little more late race velocity out of these runners. And then let's see how we do in some of the stranger lobbies. UG3 Curran, UG Kaseki, another Ryan. UG2 normal TM Opera O? What's the play there? I guess. Oh, Sprint C? Yeah, I don't know what you're doing in here. I don't know about all. Maybe you're space filling because you're not done with all three of your aces yet. But I don't think that's going to be a competitive runner in late race. Taiki late start, but it doesn't look as bad as the last one. He's worked her way into fourth. Nishino is the one with problems here. But Taiki should be fine. That shrewd step is too late to be any use. Taiki in fifth is fine, because she can hit neck and neck. She just can't fall any further back than that. But as long as she can pass into fourth, she cannot. Oh, the late starts are devastating, man. Because if we late start and nobody else does, it's impossible to fight back for mid-race positioning. It's such a deficit. I don't think it's so bad that we need to run like concentration or anything. But a late start is devastating. Maybe this is like an Umastand kind of situation where Umastand would let us claw back a late start somehow. Because we really haven't seen Umastand on a lot of these. S+, SS, SS, Taikis, UG Air Grooves. This looks like a lobby that's fairly competitive for us. Pace, pace, late, pace, late, pace. So there's going to be a lucky pace in here. How'd Umastand work on the previous Sprint CM? I don't remember how competitively I was playing Uma on the previous Sprint CM. I might not have even known how good Umastand was back then. But like, if you had Umastand on any of your pace chasers here, it would have activated. Because it's all pace chasers. Nishino's fine here in first, because she has neck and neck now. So we're okay with that. I'd triple Umastand? I don't remember the last CM prep that we did. I don't even remember if I was making videos the last time there was a CM for Sprint. Hey, Nishino looks okay here. This is going to be velocity carryover for Air Groove. This may actually be... Oh god, she's going to get blocked. Oh, wait, hold on, she's not. Hold, this is an Air Groove? This is an Air Groove race? She's thinking about doing it? She's not fast enough in late race. Maybe she is. No, she's not fast enough in late race. That's a really promising showing for Air Groove, though. I don't remember the Sprint CM at all. Was that the one, or was that like the only CM where we wound up in B finals? Because that might explain why I don't remember it. Anyway, we're better than Triumphant Pulse Boction. You're missing Wit. The mid-race velocity is going to make it hard for you to fight back here. This is just a good Taiki. Double right competitive spirit, focus, no stopping me, speed star, it's on, curvature, PTO, ignited power. Beating this Taiki is a pretty good sign. Groove in fourth is the best I've ever seen Groove done. So it's an indication that, like, late surger can work if you get everything to line up correctly. And then Taiki late started, so she didn't get to participate. That's the biggest problem that I would like to solve, is how, if we have a delayed start, not even necessarily a late start, but we start slower than everybody else, how do we fight back and get into contention in mid-race? I'm going to have to think about that. Let's do one more team trials round, though, and then we're going to pack up shop. We're at 5:30. I was going to end at, like, 6. So I don't think we have enough time to do one more UC run. So we're just going to end stream a little early today, but that's the way the timing is worked out. Pace falls to late surger territory. Yeah. I'm going to have to think about it. I'll see if I can figure anything out, and then we might chat about it Monday when we put together the revised air grooves, depending on how much time we have before the CM lobbies open. And we do still have some time, because I don't think they're even listed here yet, so we might still be able to do a few more YouTube rebuilds. We'll see if that's something that we can work on, because I think that's the biggest weakness of the team right now. But either way, if you are winning lobbies, like if you're doing CM prep lobbies and you're winning them every once in a while, that's usually a pretty good sign that you're going to wind up in A finals no matter what happens, because only sweats are doing competitive CM lobbies. So I'm not that worried about the team overall, but we have time to prep, and there's things that I'd like to improve, so we might as well use that time. But that's where we're going to be done for now. So if you're looking forward to doing the rest of the CM prep, do make sure that you find a way to like this stream, if it's possible. I don't know if that's something you can do or not. But also subscribe to the channel so that you can see notifications for when we're doing new videos. If this is the first stream that you've caught, we're doing daily turn-by-turn, like Let's Play style Uma playthroughs. So if that's something that you would be interested in watching, do give the channel a follow. Hopefully it's useful to you. And if you're looking for borrows for a fine motion for your own prep for your CMs, I promise this one actually does give speed star, even though it never happened at any point during the stream today. Or you're doing some parent farming and you want to try and loop some stuff out of Unity Cup with this Daiwa Scarlet that we put together a little while ago, the account information is here for you. Always appreciated when you borrow from this account, but it's never a requirement if you've got other friends or other places that you want to allocate your currency. I will see you guys tomorrow for some Unity Cup Late Surger Air Groove rebuilds, and then we'll see what kind of progress we can make on the Pace Chasers. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to go make myself some dinner, and then I'm going to go get a little bit more of Pal World 1.0 in. Have a good one. I'll see you around.